I reckon that we need that in the Olympics. Getting that fucking speed climbing. It does, but it's more of a hobby. It's like anyway.
Yeah. Everything's actually a hobby, to be honest, really, when it comes down to it. I want to run from here to there really, really fast.
That's not a traditional sort of... I take it to country shows and now it's like rock climbing.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, if it's a...
Is that one of your beats that you're going to do? I'm going to really grind my gears today on this episode of our live stream.
Yeah, there is a podcast coming.
Use this as your as your avenue.
No, there is a podcast coming, don't worry. There's a list. The long list. The rhythmic gymnastics or artistic.
And welcome to the BLG match of the day here at Gawler Central Oval, featuring Gawler Central taking on Angaston in what's going to prove a very critical game in the course of the 2021 season. With me in commentary, I've got Keith Jamison, the president of the Angaston Football Club. How are you, Keith?
Good, thanks, Michael. Yeah, very big game for both these clubs. Of course, of the two clubs in the comp that have been impacted by the decision with byes given to the COVID abandoned games, it's probably impacted these two more than the others, and both of them need to win their last three games to have any sort of chance and have other results go their way. Set up today. Gawler Central's easy winner over Angaston the first game of the year, and Willie Searle, surprise packet that day, I think kicked 6 or 7 goals.
That's correct. And traditional rivals, these two teams in the late 90s, early 2000s, played a lot of finals against each other and played a lot of cracking contests during the regular season as well.
Always been a case with these two clubs that the side languishing down the bottom on the odd occasion is capable of upset, and home ground has never been an advantage in either of these games ways either. It's seen some wrong way results for both grounds.
Yes, and really we're lucky that this is the program match of the round. It's a game with so much on the line. We're expecting a lot of passion out there. The ground's in fairly good shape.
Yeah,
little slippery underfoot in places, but it's holding up well.
Yeah, ground's improved during the day. It was a bit soft underfoot this morning, but no rain since the first thing. Currently on the ladder, Gawler Central sits 7th with 12 points and a percentage of 54.98. Angaston 6th and 14 points and a percentage of 54.1. Into the side today, we have Nick Hooker, Thomas Phelps, Blake Marsden and Pat Kitschke. First A-grade game for Pat Kitschke. I think he's a junior coming up. And Angaston close to full strength with the return of Tom Ryan and Dylan Schmidt, and still missing Matt Blinkine, the key defender.
And as we are about to welcome to commentary, Jamie Wagner from Gawler Centrals.
Jamie, how you going?
Howdy, boys. Well? How are we?
Good. And can you tell us about the first gamer we've got today for the Tigers, Pat Kitschke?
Yeah, we got Pat Kitschke playing his first game today in the A grade. He's been playing reserves for the most part of the season. He's coming up for the day. He'll be playing on the wing. He comes to us from Sacred Heart, I think he's from originally. He's just down this way. He's just finished up as a paramedic, so he's come into the club this year, and he'll be playing his first game today. And we also got young Blakey Marsden. Not sure what number he's wearing yet. Off the top of my head.
43, according to the program.
Yeah, he'll be rolling around out there somewhere as well. He's just coming off the bench to start off
He
with.
has played before, hasn't he?
Not for the A grade. He's played juniors at the club, so he hasn't played A grade.
So 2 debutants for the Tigers today.
Yep.
And Phelps and Hooker back in, 2 good ins.
Phelps is a huge in for the Tigers. Has been probably the most underrated footballer this competition's seen in years. He slips under a lot of people's radars, but he's a fantastic footballer, takes a great grab, and is a real creator.
Yeah, he's very good at centre forward there to have a bit of a spine down the middle. Having a good spine is always what you want, and Phelpsy doesn't stop leading. It would be a nightmare to match up on as a centre half back, that's for sure.
And of course yourself, you've got a pretty good history here at the Tigers, a number of premierships under your belt.
Yeah, I played under 17s, a B grade and an A grade, so I've done the trifecta so far.
That's pretty good. A lot of footballers would love to have that. But thanks for joining us in commentary today. We're looking forward to a lot of insight from yourself and Keith.
No worries. Keith's on, is he, as well?
Yes.
Oh, you're Keith. Sorry, I thought you meant Keith as in our team manager, Keith. Sorry.
No, we're not quite that. We don't have that luxury.
Who's that? I'll wait till I get older.
Keith Hooker.
Keith Hooker.
No, we were hoping to have Aaron King mic'd up, but we don't think we could have that on during the game.
He's listed as an assistant coach.
It cost you too much money to get Aaron King on here.
Builders rates.
Keith Hooker's listed as an assistant coach. Bo Molyneux's your team manager.
Team manager's Bogue. Right. Keith Hooker, assistant, backline coach. Thought we were having special comments from him at half-time or something along them lines.
Yeah, well, as in backlines go, Angaston's got the better defensive record of the two sides, but Gawler Central's well ahead in the goal kicking, some 100-odd points, I think, over 100 points.
Yes, when these two teams last met, Willie Searle got off the chain, a player who's come into the competition. A lot of people probably didn't know a lot of his history, but he's been a prolific goal kicker across a number of competitions in regional South Australia. He's a real surprise packet for some, but he's just a prolific scorer.
Yep.
And Angaston are going to have to find a way to shut him down today.
Got under the radar last time, and I don't think any of our players had seen him before. At cricket they had, 6 or 7 goals, and probably made the match easier for the Tigers on that day.
Another player Angaston are going to have to watch out for is a player I believe is the competition's best footballer, Charlie Molyneux. He's been best on ground in 9 of Gawler Central's 13 games this season.
Yeah, I think looking at it, this is a game, you always say this, it's in the midfield, but I think this game may come down to the clearances, and you've got 2 really good clearance players there in Molyneux and Somerton. Battle of the 2 superstars.
Yeah, it's not bad having a player like Charlie run around for you. He's predominantly in the best week, try to get him to share it around a bit, but also be interesting how Bodden goes against Boreham. He usually goes alright against him. It's a good matchup for the 2 big fellas.
Yes, 2 good young ruckmen. We're looking forward to an excellent contest here. The weather is really good, only a very slight breeze. Barely any breeze to speak of. No chance of rain, really, although now I've said that, it probably will rain.
Bomber would be happy that you called him young too, I'd imagine.
Well, he is fairly young.
Oh, I don't know about Boreham. I think he'd be over 30, but Botton's only 24, 25.
Compared to me, that's young.
Yep, well, won't go into that.
Everyone's young.
Hayden Schleut. Now, I think I know his dad. I didn't know they were a sporting background. There's a local lad too, isn't he?
Hayden, yeah, he came through us. He came late in senior Colts, I reckon, from Eastern Park. He's from down that way, but he's been here for a fair while now, playing mostly reserves. He's one of the other ones that's come into the A grade last month or so, cemented a spot. So he's been playing pretty well.
The teams have found out their positions now. Midfield for Gawler Centrals, not Central Districts. Obviously, Bolton the Ruckman's in there, and Molyneux, Dylan Pilkington, and who's the other one in there?
That's Daniel Stanley, number 7, with the man bun going on.
He's too old to wear one of those. And for Angaston should be Somerton, Riley Argent, Boreham, and the coach of Angaston, Jay Shannon.
And something to keep an eye on for today. During lockdown, Jake Asher was practicing with his 2 sons. They were practicing their speckies, and he was the step ladder. So he's going to try and avoid the packs like the plague today so that he doesn't get jumped on again.
Umpires today, Matt Patterson and Randall Murchers Umpire Patterson moves in to start the game.
Bottom
Soft
with
touch.
the first tap.
But Molyneux with the clearance. We spoke about clearances, and straight away it's part of the game. Overrun the tackle there.
Strong tackle on Adam Beister.
Out wide. 2-1 against Angaston here. Jaden Antoni. A backflip to Asher. Asher couldn't control it. Ball across the boundary line, right half forward for Gawler Central. Are going to the train line end of the Gawler Oval.
And Kyle Worth was the first to that ball when it got into the open. He's going to be another dangerous player today, Jamie.
Yeah, he's very crafty, Kyle. Likes to do the old tricks and the taps through the legs. He's always a step ahead of the game.
Yeah, it took one of the best marks ever seen in a Colts final when he was captain of the under-17.
Jacob Fiebiger was spoiled there, and Gawler Central able to get a quick kick forward.
Through Molyneux.
And
Hurried kick by Argent out of the fence, up the wing, over the back of the pack and out over the boundary line on the centre wing in front of the broadcast point here at Gawler Oval. Scoreline is 0-0 at the moment, but only
the
played a
Grant
couple of
Burgewine
minutes.
scoreboard.
On the who?
Grant Burgewine scoreboard.
Grant Burgewine scoreboard. Do we have to say that?
Correct.
Righto.
It's part of the broadcast sponsorship.
Throw now, Borholm and Botten. Botten perhaps with a slight touch. Dwyer Argent from Angaston though, he's over the ball, can't control it. Ball's up in the air, no one's got good two hands on it until Brad Mitchell gets it, fires it up to centre half forward, off the knee of the Angaston defender. Gawler Central's in attack, spearing kick, can't be controlled by Worst. At the bottom of the deck, Mercer can't, dropped the ball I thought, but no call by the umpire, and Nick Hooker got away with that one. Was I right or was I right?
Correct enough.
Correct enough. Over to you.
And Argent now coming away from the pack. Left foot kick out to the wing. Jake Hood unable to collect, but picks it up on and is tackled immediately. We'll have a ball up on the outer wing. Two ruckmen go at it. Botten throws Borholm out the way. And Gawler Central with a quick hack out of the contest. Nick Fallon pushed under the ball by his opponent. And Hooker able to evade everyone. Left foot kick going deep, going all the way nearly, but touched on the line. Apparently not according to the Gawler Central's fans.
We've got the video review on our right here, and that disagreed with that result. However, it is a point. First score on the board to the Tigers.
And clearing to the outer side, Angaston.
Tom Ryan with the ball finds skipper Jack Miles for the Panthers. He's stuck in that right left forward pocket for Gawler Central's. Chip over the top to find Borholm. Gawler Central's covering up at the moment. Kick in board into the corridor.
A poor kick from Borholm, chopped off by Gawler Central.
Bit dangerous. Kick to centre half forward, and coming easing out is Adam Beister. Adam loves to kick a goal, plays on but goes for the short one and has found a target in Molyneux.
That started out on the wing with the new bloke talking to the runner now, Paddy Kitsky from Sacred Heart, who we were talking about earlier, so it's good to get him involved early. Charlie's prone to coming forward and kicking a couple goals from midfield. He gets forward, gets back, he was everywhere all around the place.
You'd think someone would have been with him though.
Yeah, well, you think they'd try to man him up by now, but when you hunt the ball as much as he does, it's a bit hard.
Usually a pretty good kick for goal. And puts it straight through the middle. The goal umpire has to do absolutely no work at all. So that's the first goal of the game. Gawler Central 1-1, leading Angaston yet to score on the Grant Burgewine scoreboard.
Back to the centre. Bit of a low-key start, no real energy about the game at the moment. Perhaps feeling each other out, the old shadow boxing. But you'd think with what's at stake for these two that it would have been a ferocious start. No change to the starting lineups in the middle of the ground. Umpire Patterson again. Botten versus Borholm.
And for Angaston, it really does need to start with Borholm. He needs to get them going if they want to find a way to get an away win here today.
But Botten with the tap. Kicked out by Pilkington. Half forward for the Tigers. Ball not going anywhere. And possibly
Ben Antoni unable to get rid of the ball. Both arms wrapped up.
Interesting, Botten's coming in check side, or Borholm's gone check side with Botten. already a concession.
Jay Shannon picks the ball up and is immediately mobbed by 3 Gawler Central players. And yet another ball up ensues.
Here is the tap. Bottom appeared to hold Bullhorn, but you never know with players these days who's holding who.
Quick kick out of the pack for Gawler Central. Excellent take there on the half-forward flank. And finish off by Danny Stanley.
It's good play there by Pilkington to get the handball off there to Daniel. Very good.
Very strong play from Pilkington. Rode the tackle quite well. And Daniel Stanley just cruising past, picks up the crumbs.
Well, I think Stanley's manning up on Summerton when he's off the ball, so no reverse checking there by Summo.
I think they're ex-Port Adelaide teammates, Summerton and Stanley. I think they're good mates.
Yep, they would be, yep. Umpire Patterson again.
And Danny wouldn't be telling him about that goal at all.
No, definitely not. Not Daniel.
Here we go. No,
neither ruckman able to get their hand on the ball, but Botten picks it up off the deck. Quick hack kick ends up with Carnelli on the outer wing. He handballs back to Jacob Fiebiger. Heads forward, finding
Ben Antoni. Ben Antoni on the netball wing.
Steve Summerton.
His long low kick is marked by looks like Alex Reinke. Alex Reinke centres the ball in the corridor, and Ryder Eberhard has taken the chest mark coming out from centre forward. He's at the true centre forward position. Hasn't played many games this year, had a little bit of an injury, but a couple of years ago he would have nailed this.
Yes, has 4 goals for the season on just 3 games with the Panthers.
Eberhard, high off the boot, might drop short, push out.
I thought there was a clear push there, but the umpire was in perfect position, and he has paid it as a push. So great positioning from umpire Patterson there. Another push from Carnelli clears his opponent out of the way.
Send it to the corridor. It's Argent around the corner, and Angaston's first score of the game.
A behind.
It's 2 goals, 1 behind here at Gawler Central's Oval.
Jason Sandico will take the kick in here. A very nice kick. So he likes to try and pinpoint that 100%. No one else would give it a go, but he'll have a crack at it.
I'd like to see him do a drop kick.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Actually, torpedoes from fullback are the vogue here at Gawler Central, aren't they?
Yeah, Nick Hooker did that one famously on the one day. Big wind behind him, though. I'm not giving him too much for that. There was a big wind, but it did land past the centre circle.
A good mark by Phelps, who wheels onto the left. Goes forward, finds a teammate on the wing. Quick kick inboard.
Stanley.
And strong mark by Stanley. He turns, looking for Pilkington. And a strong mark. He's marked the ball probably 35 metres from goal. A bit of an angle, but shouldn't be too much trouble for a player of his ability.
Good transition by Gawler Centrals there. No Angaston player touched the ball.
Daniel Stanley just repaying the favour there, giving the goal to Pilks, hopefully, after Pilks gave him one earlier.
Pilkington
comes in and immediately off the right-hand side, right of the boot, and go through for a behind. So Gawler Central move to 2 goal 2, playing Angaston 1 point on the Grant Burge-Wine scoreboard.
Immediate kick out finds Shannon. Shannon's handball over the top to Miles. He's dumped. Ball comes up. Kennelly should get it. Can he stand up in the tackle? No, his handball
out of bounds.
Out of bounds, and a throw in front of the scoreboard here at Gawler Oval, which reads Gawler Central's 2 goals 2, Angaston 1 behind.
Good couple efforts there by Phelpsy. Bit of a better effort than he had in the canteen this morning. Was struggling to open up a sausage roll bag to put a sausage roll in. So he needs to work on that, improve in this game. Show us a bit more than he did in the canteen.
Shannon with the clearance up to half forward for Angaston. Argent first to the ball, onto his left boot, out to the lead in Durden, but it's over his head. He turns and won't control it, and it'll be him and Josh Edwards out of bounds, left forward pocket for the Panthers.
Angaston desperately needing to find a spark and stay in touch.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot on the line for both clubs. This game still hasn't reached an intensity, but then maybe we're just feeling each other out and waiting for the last charge. A couple of young boundary umpires today too, so might be a bit hard on the ruckman to get under the ball and get a clear tap. Cleared by the Tigers. Had Tony under it, nearly held his ground, nearly took the mark. Tugging away with the ball is Pilkington. Pilkington onto his left boot to a running Phelps. Phelps has got space. He's got a target. The kick's not that good. Up as far as Searle. Searle over it. Tries to control. Pushes the player off. Gets the handball back. This should be a goal to Mercer. On his boot.
And Mercer... point signalled by the goal umpire.
Wow.
And the goal umpires are in the best position to judge this.
Angaston have messed it up anyway and brought the ball back in, but a flying kick. Goal misses everything, and it'll be a kick out on the full. Ryan goes across the ground, finds Miles. Miles should link up with Fallon. Fallon holds his ground. Who's the next one? Gawler Central's making Angaston really work it out hard. High ball into the centre. JJ raised underneath it but can't control it. Now it's pushed forward by Gawler Central. So they've got
Shank
players
kick.
in the loose. That's Stanley. Stanley gets a handball back, but Kennelly intercepts. Nice looking kick off the boot, finds coach Shannon. Shannon up forward, looking for player in
Steve Summerton on his left foot, heads to the goal square.
Great kick and finds Ryan Everhard, I think it is, dead set in front and about 20 metres out. Should kick a goal here, should get a bit closer, but at the moment the honours are with Gawler Centrals.
Yes, definitely playing cleaner football at this stage. A more confident style of football, Keith.
Yeah, well, the transitioning's been excellent, finding the target and not just being held up by Angaston, it's attacking transition. As Everhard moves in and kicks, what's that for the season?
That is goal number 5 for the season.
Okay.
For Ryder Eberhard.
More importantly, Angaston's first goal. They move on to 1-1, trailing Gawler Central's 2-3. How many minutes gone there, Mike?
We have 12 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Yep, I think Willie Searle had 4 goals by this time in that first game.
Yeah, I didn't play that one. It was the first one I missed, and I was a water boy. I was getting too involved in talking to the opposition players and our own teammates, trying to pump us up. But yeah, he was on early, Willie Searle, that day, and then I think he just didn't kick many after that, but got us going and got us the win in the end, so that was good.
Started handing him out too, though.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Couple handballs. A replacement in the ruck as Adams comes on for Angaston. He wins a tap, but it's not going anywhere.
And one of the great stories of football this year with Willie Searle playing football with his son, Jordan.
Yeah, he signed up for us, Willie Searle, and it was sort of a 2-for-1 deal. We came out, I think we had an internal trial the next day, and I saw this young lad, and I said, who's this bloke coming out? Big, strapping young lad, and he's down back today. Geordie Searle, what number is he? Number 9, I reckon.
6.
No, Willie's 9, he's 6.
6.
As Jay Shannon caught holding the ball there in the middle of the ground. Gawler Central going into attack once more. A long, direct kick. Jack Miles over the back punches the ball forward. Searle able to gather with a quick kick around on the right. Mercer the handball.
As Wurzel.
Kyle Worst wrapped up in a tackle. So we'll have a ball up about 30 metres in front of the Gawler Central goals. Adams with a tap.
Yep.
Finds a teammate who is wrapped up and dumped unceremoniously.
That was Argent, I think.
Yeah, got a face full of turf for his efforts.
Adams with the tap again. Down to Shannon. Shannon's high ball out of defence underneath it. Raisler can't mark. Ball spills clear. It's Ben Antoni for the Panthers.
On that
Kicks it
long
high,
left
wide
foot.
and handsome, looking for Summerton. Cleverly
Summerton
out
used
positions
his
his player.
hands, but
Transfers the ball down looking for Durden. Durden can't reach it on the full though. Gets it on the half volley, turns it around, running with the fly of the ball. Can Ride Eberhard mark this? No, 2 Angaston players nearly
Mark
spoil
Borholm.
each other, but Borholm plucks it down and he'll kick from 40 metres out, dead in front.
Lack of communication there nearly went all badly for Angaston, but Borholm strong enough to take that mark.
Yeah, ball swung in the breeze a little bit, but really I thought Everhard had the impetus and would have got it there first. Interchanges Argent off. Tuckwell on. Borholm misses. No,
kicks it truly. The umpire was just on a nice stroll there, taking it very casually.
Yep. So it's first goal to Mark Borholm, second goal to Angaston.
Takes the score to Gawler Central 2-3, playing Angaston 2-1 on the Grant Burgewine scoreboard.
Well done, Mike. Change in the centre square administration for Angaston with Tuckwell coming in. Also Kyle Worth going in for Gawler Centrals. It would be Adams versus Bottom.
Adams has really changed things up in the ruck for the Panthers.
Yeah, at least Angaston can move Borholm forward. I reckon that's the important part of it, but he holds his own in the ruck. He's a bit of a journeyman,
Adams has become more than just a second option. He's become a genuine ruckman in his own right and is quite effective against some ruckmen.
Umpire emerged to start proceedings. Bottom with a tap though. Favours Angaston, or should have favoured Angaston.
Picked up cleanly on the other side of the contest. Gawler Central coming around and a strong mark taken there.
Good couple efforts there by Sean Maher on the wing, who's just come on.
Sean Maher, is it?
The far wing, number 34, yep.
And Tom Phillips taking a strong mark.
For those of you with the program, he's listed as 43 in the program.
Another mark by Gawler Central under pressure.
There we go, Bottom trying to get it back. Nope, no mark.
That's a ball up, just out from the Gawler Central's goal. Shannon tries to force his way through, kicks high. Can't be taken by Raisler, but it's picked up by Kennelly. He scoops it over to
Somerton.
Somerton kicks it long. Eberhard's down there under the ball, takes a good mark.
Good contested
pressure.
Mark. He wheels around onto his right.
Angaston are behind their defenders, and it's held.
Strong mark taken by Alex Reinke. The big left footer, probably 25, 30 metres in front of goal. And Angaston with a chance to get right back into this contest. In fact, to take the lead.
Important kick. I think they're all important kicks today. One of those games.
I'm not sure I've seen an unimportant kick in football.
Oh, yeah. I saw one by you once, Michael.
Yes, but that was kicking in danger.
Only the point. Bit disappointing there for the Panthers.
So Angaston still trailing 2-2 to Gawler Central 2-3 on the Grant Burgewine scoreboard here at Gawler Oval in the BLG match of the day. Brought to you by the South Australian Footballer and with camera and audio thanks to 180 Creations.
Here's Blake Marsden with his first touch, I reckon, and got the crumb there. Well done, Blakey.
Yeah, good search.
Willie Searle out the back. Perfectly weighted kick. Gave his defender no chance to have first look at that ball. And Searle with a kick from probably 40 to 45 metres out on a moderate angle. Should be no problem for a player of his calibre.
Moves in. Left boot on the way.
And a point signalled by the goal umpire. As Jacob Phoebe now looking to bring the ball in for the Panthers. A long penetrating kick finds Jack Miles at centre half back. He moves it out to the wing. The pick up there from Jay Shannon, who kicks it to centre half forward proper. And a mark taken by Ryder Eberhard. As he kicks forward looking for Jed Durden, who takes a strong overhead mark as he's dragged down. And Durden will be kicking from probably 20 to 25 metres, almost directly in front.
I'll make that only the second free of the game.
Correct. It's been very much a players' game. The umpires haven't had to be involved at all.
Adams off, Argent on.
And Durden lining up for his 29th goal of the season.
Asher on for Gawler Central, who come off there.
Sorry, I didn't see. Do you see the number?
Well, I think it might have been Ma, but
If Marwood is on the far wing and doesn't look like he's out there, so it might have been Ma coming on, Asher coming onto the near wing, and they push a wingman over. Usually it's the rotation.
And while the two of you were arguing, Durden kicked truly. So ball will come back to the centre now as Angaston take the lead in this game. Now 3-2 to Gawler Central, 2-4 on the Grant Burge Wine scoreboard.
Panthers hit the front. We played
20 minutes in the first quarter.
not much left, nothing in this game really at the moment. I still think Gawler Central is probably the cleaner with their movement, ball movement, but nothing in the game at the moment.
Angaston starting to put together some good chains out of defence. Their confidence will rise with that, but Gawler Central definitely playing crisp, clean football. Very aggressive football, taking the game on.
Ball home back for the Panthers in the ruck.
Molyneux with a fierce tackle as the ball spills out and comes forward to Kyle Worst on the half-forward flank. A little kick just flops off his boot. Fallon picks it up and kicks it back into the middle of the ground, finding Steve Summerton, who chips backwards to the flank to his coach, Jay Shannon, who goes wide out to the wing looking for Ryan Carnelli, who can run. He's taking a bounce, carries the ball, kicks it forward, and finds Stephen Summerton, who's pushed forward. Ball was touched just before it got to Summerton's hands, and Gawler Central able to turn the ball over now.
To Sandico, is it?
Yeah, that was Kitski.
Out on the full.
He's a pretty tall lad.
Yeah, he's a tall, wiry fella. One night we just seen him, we were training and he was running laps or something, so I think we had a word to him and said, do you want to have a game? And he said, yeah, no worries.
Of course, Kitschke, a famous name in country football. Peter Kitschke, I think, played over 500 games.
And Angaston with a goal there through Eberhard. Ball kicked in. Eberhard crumbed it in the goal square. Just turns around on his right foot. Registers Angaston's fourth goal of the game.
Yeah, Peter Kitschke, a legend in country footy, played for about 500 games for Jamestown and then umpired even more, 600 or 700 games. Member of the Football Hall of Fame. Want any relation?
I'm not sure. I haven't had too much chat with Pat about his old man, but Matt may be.
I think this would be his great-grandfather if I know him.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, maybe. I have to ask him.
As we come back to the centre, we'll see Botten going up against Borholm once again.
Is that Botten? Oh, okay. Pilkington in the square, gets the clearance. Contest at centre forward, but roaming at the back of the pack is
Jack Miles crumbs out off the back of the pack, kicks it high out towards Jaden Antoni, who's unable to bring the ball down in his favour, and it comes out of bounds right in front of the Gawler Central bench. So we see their entire coaching panel on their feet.
And right in front of the broadcast commentary point here at Gawler Oval.
The bench is more important than us.
What have we got here? Free kick? Go away.
Yes, free kick to Jay Shannon being held. Players now peeling off, all screaming for the ball. Decides to go long towards centre half forward. And player goes under the ball there. Gawler Central clearing now. The handball back inside. Players pressured out of it.
Clever play by Mitchell to avoid the holding the ball. Camel it away from him.
Ryan Carnelli doing a power of work out there, tackling, chasing, collecting the footy. And Angaston win a free kick now for their efforts.
That was Argent.
Argent, the centre forward, finds Borholm, who now turns around and goes deep.
Durden's got an opportunity.
Durden gets the ball up off the ground. Now he chips backwards, a long way backwards, but it's paid off with Eberhard taking the easiest of marks. Probably 20, 25 metres in front of goal on a slight angle. It was a very clever play from Durden. Could have blazed away around the corner like most forwards would. Jamie, in your experience, would most forwards have had a shot there?
In our forward line, we've got Mercer, who definitely would. But a couple of the others might give it off to you. But yeah, more commonly than not, they would just be blazing away.
Mercer would be more likely to pass a kidney stone than the footy in that situation.
Mercer would have kicked it over his shoulder before handling to anyone or kicking to anyone else.
And
that's his job.
Eberhard kicks truly.
He's famously said when you get 6 points for handballing, he'll start doing it.
And Angaston kick another goal, so really starting to have an impact on the scoreboard late in the first quarter, the Panthers, as we are ticking down towards the 25-minute mark of the opening term in this match of the day.
Edwards on for Mitchell. Centre square set up the same as the last one. Pilkington next to Somerton. Somerton yet to get a centre clearance in the game. Shannon's still on the ball. And Riley back in there, probably Angaston's best starting four. Byram couldn't get the tap. His body's around the ball and it should be a blow up any second.
Yes, Jake Hood with a strong tackle there.
Dylan Pilkington, a very big Port Adelaide fan. He's probably asking Somerton to sign one of his footy cards or something along them lines, I reckon.
And why wouldn't you? Somerton being one of the legends of the Port Adelaide Football Club.
And Pilks has got a clearance on him, so he'll be talking about that tonight at the club.
And
That's
Angaston
Ma.
under a lot of pressure in defence.
Ma just couldn't control that ball. The kick comes out of Angaston's defence and rolls to the across the boundary line in front of Jake Asher, the veteran from Gawler Centrals, and Jaden Antoni, young Angaston bloke on the way up. Jake Asher, a real servant of the Gawler Centrals Football Club over the years.
Played his 250th a game. We've beat Angaston last time, so boys got up and about for that. So hopefully we can get up again today.
That's why we reckon you did.
Yeah, that's it.
Correct.
It was a good night that night.
But also one of the real quality people of Barossa Light and Gawler football, Jake.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a junior coach and he's giving a lot back to the game. As Angaston clearing out now with a handball from Fiebiger. Finds Nick Fallon who drives the ball forward.
Clever mark to Kennelly.
Carnelli tries to run around, gets caught, just gets the handball away.
Good tackle. That's Geordie
That was
Searle
pretty close.
down that end. Willie Searle's son, Geordie.
Okay.
And a powerful tackle there, just nails the Angaston player.
So where's Geordie normally play?
Position-wise, he started off as a forward, but it's pretty packed up there with his
His
dad
old
and
man won't
nurses. He
handball.
always get in, so
It'd
there's
be
not
hard
much
to get
room,
a kick.
So, yeah, we used to have Brading up there as well, who did a bit of it himself, so it was a bit hard to get in there, so we've moved him down back. He's
Braids
good.
did like a bit of me time.
Oh, no, not like Brading. He wouldn't have had me time, but not him.
Ball on with a tap, but doesn't go anywhere. But another free kick plucked out. We said there weren't any. Now there's 6 free kicks in the game and 5 of them to Angaston. Sorry, Jamie.
That's all right. We'll get our rub of the green later, hopefully.
Yep.
Borholm takes the mark and handball straight away. Ball goes deep into Angaston's forward line.
Here's Geordie Searle now.
Geordie Searle now clearing. Looking for Jake Asher, who overruns the football. But Adam Beister on the back play. Gets the ball to Kyle Worth, who kicks it into the middle of the ground. Oh, that's a massive
Well played
hit.
by Mercer.
Brad Mercer, with absolute courage, just ran straight into Jay Shannon, who was coming the other direction.
Yeah, there's old teammates too, I believe.
Correct.
As, wow. Stripped from the ball, and it's a play on Jacob Fieger with the tackle there. Jaden Antoni spears it up forward where Eberhard has been so busy this quarter. He's looking for Durden in the pocket. Durden's first there, pushed in flight, but no free kick, and across the boundary line. Full forward pocket, left full forward pocket for the Panthers at the town end of Gawler Oval. We're on the Grant Bergewine scoreboard. We have Angaston Panthers 5-2 to Gawler Central's 2-4. How many minutes gone, Mike? Must be getting close.
28 minutes gone in the first quarter.
7 goals scored. We should nearly be there. Here's the throw in. Young lad has to come in a long way.
But a green shirt umpire, which as we've mentioned many times in commentary this year, that means they're a learner. And that's a great program that the BLG umpires have had in place for many years. They're actually the originators of that program, which was then taken up by the AFL, Keith.
Yep, I'm aware of that, Michael. But I think the lad's probably a little bit too small, and it's a bit hard for the ruckman to get under the ball with his throw-ins. Anyway, the ruckmen have got to learn, and we all know how smart they are.
Hey, be very, very careful where you're throwing stones. Jamie might get upset.
Oh, no, our ruckman, Big Botsy, he's a smart fella. I don't know about Sticks, our other ruckman. He's been pushed to centre-half back, but he's not the brightest tool in the shed, but Botsy goes all right for himself.
Strong spoil there from Gawler Central.
Like fast bowlers.
As Phelps and Jack Miles get acquainted in front of the commentary position. And Ben Antoni joining in as well. Jacob Fiebiger.
whether to wear a mask or not to wear a mask, that was probably about. Kick out by Botten, but it's a loose kick, and underneath it is Fallon. Fallon should go wide for running Tom Ryan. He goes for Kennelly instead. Ryan keeps running past as Kennelly finds a Somerton by himself across half forward.
And that concludes the first quarter here at Gawler Oval with Angaston 5-2, leading Gawler Central 2-4 on the Grant Burge Wine scoreboard.
Yeah, Rod Eberhard with 3 goals for Angaston, Borholm and Durden also with singles for Gawler Central's. Their goal kickers are Daniel Stanley and Charlie Molyneux. No goals from the key forwards yet, Jamie.
No, it'll be interesting. We haven't had too much hit up on the lead yet. It's been mostly on the run, so hopefully we can get the forwards involved, or at least crash in packs to bring it to the toes. That's the job.
Then a couple of those points could have easily been goals. Willie Searle's shot, for instance. Michael,
Yes,
you've got
and
some better players.
Better players at this stage. I think Ryan Carnelli is having a real impact for the Panthers. Botton's been good in the ruck for the first half of the quarter for Gawler Central. Pilkington's been very impressive. And, of course, the ubiquitous Charlie Molyneux being very tough in the clinches.
For Angaston, other than Eberhard.
Ryan Carnelli out on the wing has been working hard. Steve Somerton's popped up at the right times. Hasn't had a lot of the footy, but his touches are all quality. Borholm, when he went out of the ruck, started to take marks across half forward and even deep in attack. So that gave the Panthers a real different look that Gawler Central couldn't counter.
Mercer seems to be drilling the group here. He's probably telling about the time he kicked 100 goals. He's at the front and he says, listen to me, boys. I've done it once, I've done it twice. Get around me and I'll do the rest.
Well, you do listen when someone of that quality speaks.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Whether you want to or not.
Either that or he's doing one of his famous puns that he likes to whip out at training and in games.
Have you got any examples?
Oh, no, they don't want to share them. They're not appropriate, but they're just not. You can't help but laugh at some of them, but they're not the best material. He is a dad, though, so it's just a dad joke.
Mind you, I suppose with Willie Searle up forward, he'd be great forward as well, but maybe a little crowded. I mean,
There's a few goals up there.
Yeah, but Mercer made his name as the only forward leading straight out of the centre square, out of the goal
that's
square.
why we had Geordie had to go down back. He said, we can't have 3 of you in the goal square.
And a very good midfield in those days, just giving him good supply.
Yeah, Charlie was still around then. He had Blake Moore,
Scooter Hahn.
Daniel, yes, all them boys. Had Craig Jamar rucking it down to him as well, was pretty handy.
Yep. A rebuilding side for Gawler Central's before last year, and then last year they cracked the flag.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we had a few years there, just a bit flat, but then last year was good. We got a few players back from here, there and everywhere, and then we got a few in, and a few have stayed around, so it's good, but been a fair few injuries this year. It's probably been a problem as well.
Yeah, been common across all the clubs, and I'm not too sure whether it's the harder grounds, lack of rain, but at one stage Angaston had 17 out, and I know Newry had to leave over 20 players out first game of the year, and then by the start of June they were bringing blokes up to play reserves.
And Jamie, Matt Whelan seems to have really brought a tight-knit sort of belief to this group.
Yeah, Willow's been here now since I've been playing A grade, so I think this is his 4th year, and yeah, he's been really good, and yeah, obviously Chocolate's on top of that. They finished off with a premiership after a few hard years. But yeah, the camaraderie of the group's been really good in the last couple of years. The boys all get around each other and everyone gets along, so it's been good.
Yes, and weather's still holding up perfectly here at Gawler. If you are in the Gawler area and you're watching the game, you're not sure what to do for the rest of the day, get out of the house, come on down to Gawler Oval. This game has the potential to finish out really well. Gawler Central 3-goal down at the moment. They'll come back hard. They've got everything on the line today. They need to win if they want to have a chance at finals, Jamie. This could be a really good game to come and watch the last 3 quarters of.
Yeah, I reckon I haven't been looking at with the COVID and that, and games getting delayed and whatnot. I don't know how the ladder's looking these days, but I think we need to win every game from today onwards to get in. You probably know more than me.
Same as us, or same as Angaston. Number 6 versus 7, 14 points versus 12, and 54% to both of them basically. So fairly level on the premiership ladder.
And they've made it top 5 finals now, I believe. Is that correct?
No,
or
top
still
4.
Still top 4?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they didn't decide on that. Yeah, I haven't looked into it too much, but I heard there was a few whispers that might happen. We were probably hoping for that.
Top 7 would have been good.
Yeah, that's it. Might get us in there.
7th place ribbons for everyone.
Yeah, mini league.
It's been all over the shop this league this year. You don't know. Every time you look at the games, you think, how did they beat them, or what happened there, or how did they lose that? It's just all over the place.
Some big upsets.
It has been really good for the competition. It shows that every club has got some strengths, that when they're healthy on their day, they can beat just about anyone.
Yeah, and even the B grade this year, our B grade have been in some real close games. There's a fair few in there been decided by a goal or less.
No one with a tap, but it's pushed forward for Gawler Central's out of the centre of the circle. Big pack around the ball. No, it comes clear to Molyneux, is it? Molyneux left boot up forward for Searle. Searle in front and takes a mark, holds his ground well. Ryan right on his hammer there, but you had every thought that Searle was going to jag the ball.
Similar spot to his last shot, Willie Searle, so let's see if he's learnt just at the
right.
other end.
We've got him right, we're right behind him here. We can ride this in and see where it goes wrong or right.
Are you backing him, Jamie?
I reckon he'll go straight through the middle, Willie.
He's a very experienced forward. He should be unlocked to kick this. And doesn't make a mistake whatsoever.
Nailed it, so that's the
Corrected
first
it from
goal
the
of
last
the quarter.
one. He's pretty smart with his set shots. I've heard him saying before, like, when you even watch it in the club, he'll say, this bloke will overcompensate to his left or something after just seeing after how he took his last shot and it's missed to the left. He'll say he'll overcompensate this way or he'll go overcompensate that way, so he knows what he's talking about.
He's probably a pretty good golfer.
Yeah, that's right. He is actually. Well, I had a buck show one day with him and it was only the simulators, but he was whacking them, that's for sure. Bit of strength behind him. He was very competitive as well, wouldn't let anyone outdrive him.
Okay. Back at the start. Umpire Murch. Ball gets under it.
Hand to it.
Yeah, got it down to Shannon, but Shannon couldn't get it. Molyneux didn't get that handball. Gone forward right up deep for Hurl again, and
There he is.
outbodies Ryan and takes the chest mark. Lining up for another goal within the minute.
Nick Hooker with the kick out of the middle there. He's been prolific today as well.
He doesn't like the handball. He likes to get it going forward, but that's good. He's got a good kick on him, Nick. Just hasn't played his fines for a few years. I run the fines around here, so just little things you get fines for, and he hasn't paid his fines.
That should be an extra fine for not paying.
Yeah, not paying his fines. I'm trying to chase him. All the boys getting stuck into him. It just doesn't do it. And he also had his mum covering his canteen shift this morning, which was interesting.
That's what mums are for, some blokes things, but Searle sunk that going by the reaction.
So
Fourth goal for Gawler
slow
Central.
first quarter. You said that maybe the key forwards hadn't gotten into the game for Gawler Central. Willie Searles decided to put a stop to that. 2 quick goals for the great man.
And 2 clearances by Gawler Centrals as well. Clearances probably favour them, I'd say, in the game. Michael, we should be keeping that stat.
That was your job, I believe.
I'm keeping the goal kickers.
So, okay, I'll gently push you under the bus when time comes. Gawler Central 4 goal 4, trailing Angaston 5 goal 2 on the Grant Burge-Wine scoreboard. As we're 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah, once again, the ball bounces and Stanley fires it forward. This kick not so good and over the top of Searle.
Tom Ryan able to mark.
Tom Ryan plays on, goes over to the netball side. His low kick doesn't carry the distance to Argent. Argent finds Fiebiger though. Fiebiger straight up the centre of the ground looking for Reinke. Reinke and his defender have to run for it. Ball's on the ground. Molyneux swoops in, picks it up. Handballs to Hooker in the centre of the ground. Strip for him. He gets it backwards though to Molyneux again. Molyneux finds Brad Mitchell. Brad Mitchell on the right down the half forward. Fiebiger in the van. Doesn't mark. Goes for the punch, but there's Angaston at the deck. Kennelly then fires it out wide. Easy mark to Borheim, who should run into the forward line.
It's Nick Hooker down there. He went back with the flight courageously with one arm
Mark
up
for Ryder Eberhard there. He wheels round on his right and kicks it. Probably bounced short of Somerton. Somerton with a handball back inside to a teammate who slipped over. And Gawler Central clearing now. Mark on the half back line.
Kick there,
Going forward, but Brown turns around looking for Tuckwell. Tuckwell collects on the half forward flank. Kicks around the corner but just over the head of Jed Durden, his leading forward. Finds Eberhard off the bounce. And Eberhard with a very clever kick back into the middle to a forward.
Dylan
Tuckwell again, who was felled after he took the mark, but the umpire didn't see enough in that.
I didn't think it was 15 myself, but then as I watch the TV games on TV, I know I'm not a judge's distance.
In the
I've got
AFL,
no idea.
15's more like 5 these days. You see it where they kick it, and that one was definitely 15 for me.
Oh, was it?
By an inch or two.
Yeah, just.
Well, he nailed it.
Hooker's coming off here
Yes.
for Ma.
Angaston with another goal through Tuckwell, one of their young talents.
Right. On the Grant Burge Wine scoreboard, Angaston 6 goals 2, an answering goal to Gawler Central's quick 2 goals to start the quarter, 4 goals 4 on the Grant Burge Wines scoreboard.
5 minutes played in the second quarter of the match of the day here at Gawler Central.
Patterson to restart. Put into the square for the Panthers. They must summon it up forward. Argent's still there. And the centre square for Gawler Centrals looks unchanged. Pilkington with Argent. Botten up high. Got the tap. Pilkington's there. He's tackled by Shannon. Rolled over. And it'll be...
And Shannon dumped. No free kick had been paid, and Shannon was unceremoniously dumped.
I think there's 5 aces in that deck that Shannon played then, but anyway. It's pushed forward by Angaston. No one can pick it up cleanly.
Steve Summerton trying to pick the ball up now. He is the one player who can control it. Gets the handball back to Hood, who's in the middle of a contest, trying to tap it through people's legs. But wrapped up now. There'll be a ball up probably 15, 20 metres from Angaston's goal.
The Gawler Central's looking for the boundary line there, I think, just couldn't find it.
There's neither ruckman able to get a decent hand on that ball. Drops to the ground and we'll have another ball up.
It's in forward attacking area for the Panthers. Byron with a 2-handed tap. Young Jordan Searles there couldn't get control of it. Dribbles out of his hand.
And a rush behind.
For the Panthers.
Gawler Central looking to get that clean ball movement going again from fullback. We saw that in the first quarter.
Looking for Phelps here, I reckon. Oh no, Brad Mitchell down the middle. Good kick. That's that kick I was talking about earlier. Sandico likes to take him on, and we're out here. Phelps, he can mark. And there he goes.
Over the top of the leading Searle. Going dangerously to the goal line though. Can Angaston save it? And they
Yes.
Worst possibly had a chance for a diving soccer goal there.
Yes, Angaston able to save almost on the goal line. Desperation football. Coming out from fullback now. Finds player in the back pocket. Jack Miles, the captain of the Panthers. Hugging the boundary line, finding Jaden Antoni with a mark. Antoni...
Mercer on the mark. Hopefully he's telling him one of his puns, because Jaden gets a good pun. Able to find a target. Argent plays on straight away to Durden. Durden in front. One grab, can't get hold of it. He's held.
Picks it up off
tackle.
the deck. Bad handball.
Yeah,
Put his teammate under pressure.
At the feet of Franke, and he was unable to pick it up. And Gawler Central's defenders swoop in and close the game up.
But good of him to try and get the ball to Reinke. Reinke's owner's looking for a payday.
With the tap was Botten. Down the boundary
Beister
line.
in the corridor here.
Through Pilgrim. Back in finds Adam Beister.
The Ginger Ninja.
The Ginger Ninja. On to Stanley. Stanley direct. Looking for Mercer. Mercer flies. Isn't brought down by anyone. A lot of blokes on the ground at the moment. Taken out of defence is Nick Fallon. He's got Riley Argent
in the middle of the ground, who can run and carry now. He unloads with that deadly accurate left foot. No mark taken up forward. We see a scramble now. John Razor with a handball to Durden, who off one step completely misjudges it, and the ball will go out of bounds.
No, I don't think it does.
No, it hasn't quite gone out of bounds in the forward pocket.
I think Durden expected Razor to have a shot there.
Great kick out there by Ma. Finds Molyneux.
Molyneux out wide.
The corridor's opened up for him.
Mitchell now. He goes direct.
Oh, by themselves.
Pilkington. Turn around, Brad.
Pilkington could have played on there. lack of voice around him. Jamie Wegner in the grandstand trying to tell him what to do.
Yeah, he's backing himself in. Be a heavy-ish
Can't pick
ball
up
on the
Searle
day
down
today.
there. Searle still on the ground?
Willie Searle, I can't see him down forward. Maybe he has come off.
Got the range for this, Jamie?
I don't know. He's got a good skill set on him, but I don't know about distance.
Well, giving it a shake. A single.
It's gone through for a point.
Yeah, Willie Searle must have come off, I reckon, because he's not down forward, and I definitely don't think he'd be down back.
That's a statement.
Yeah, I don't know where he is at the moment. It's not
Shots
the back
fired.
line, that's for a start.
Phoebe takes a kick in for Angaston. His direct kick finds Miles. Miles plays on immediately. Boots it up the corridor. Was looking for Summerton, but Summerton outmarked on that occasion.
As Riley Argent comes to the bench and is replaced by Harry Clarkson. Argent's been industrious for the Panthers. They'll need to get him back on the ground as soon as they can.
Mercer in front couldn't bring the ball down. Chain of handballs should see Angaston clear it out. But his kick by Shannon, not a good one. And the Ginger Ninja, as Michael calls him, finds it. He fires his left forward pocket. Not a high percentage kick. I think everybody spoiled everybody there. There's too much traffic going for the ball, and it's on the ground, and a ball up left forward pocket for Gawler Central is going towards the town end.
Jamie, while we're talking about the Ginger Ninja, Adam Beister, allergic to training is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, he conveniently, when it rains, has work, and when it doesn't rain, he can come out. It's one of them work shifts that alternates with the weather, apparently. But Adam's always had the ability. He's just not 100% in on footy. Just when he wants to do it one day, though, we always try to get him out for a pre-season, and then if he can do it, he'll definitely give the league a bit of a shock, I reckon.
Well, he's very elusive around the goal. I rate him as a sharp shooter. One of those blokes who can sneak in and kick those goals when you need it. Ginger Ninja's got the ball on the string with his kick. Comes to Mercer. Mercer turns and hooks it back too much.
There's that snap over the shoulder I was talking about earlier.
Second score for the game, second point.
You never know, that could have been a pass to one of the kids sitting back at the other side of the fence.
That's it.
Ryan brings it in, plays on, searching at the back for Summerton. He finds it, but Worst is right on his hammer, can't play on. He goes inboard a little bit to
Miles.
Fallon been very industrious. Chip, dangerous kick to the centre where Reinke was on the ball and couldn't mark. Here's the Ginger Ninja again. Good handball, good chain of handball, good setup here for if they can get out of it. Yes, as one of the Gawler Central spectators just said, kick the bloody thing. Hooker back on the ground, centres the ball, good mark by Worst.
Worst is a good set shot at goal, and he is high up on our goal king this year. He might even be leading it, if not Willie or Brad. At one stage he was leading it, and I think he does have the distance.
I believe Searle is leading with 27 goals.
Okay, there you go. Worsty probably around the 20 mark, I reckon.
Mercer on 21
Got,
for the
Gawler Central fan favourite down the front, Ben Ward. Soon to be father of two, just walking past, giving a bit to the commentators.
Worst moves in. Kick got the distance. No one went with the... Well, I wonder whether that mark was nearly in front of the line. I think it might have been.
We'll check on the replay.
Yep, check on the replay. How'd we go? Well, bad kick in.
Would have been just in front.
Gawler Central's here with the opportunity. Once again, Molyneux turns around, fires the ball to the pocket, and on the lead.
Brad Mercer.
Deep, but he can kick these.
Very gettable.
Important goal. I think it's only got 6 points of difference at the moment. If the lad gets out in front of the scoreboard, but 6 points of difference. Mercer's kick could put the Gawler Central Tigers back in front. Moves in that right forward pocket, the town end, deep in the pocket, looks straight off the boot, umpire doesn't move. I suggest that's Brad Mercer's first goal for the year and
for the day,
and his 22nd goal for the year.
And scores from another ground, Tanunda 2-2, leading Williston 2 points at quarter time.
So a bit mighty.
Quite possibly.
Wasn't much goal kicking when we were down there the last than when we were last down there, but the ground was hard to play. It was only one goal apiece scored in the reserves. 1 goal 4 to 1 goal 2. Adams in the ruck, bottom of the tap, down to nobody, but he got it down the direction. Socket forward by Worth. Slick handball by Schleuthy. Releases Worth down to Searle. Searle's
Really?
in front.
So
And
it was
has
a
taken the mark.
strong
in
mark
front
with a defender
again.
hanging on his back.
Ryan's, is that Ryan again on Searle?
Correct.
Oof, that was a contested mark there by Willie.
Yep. In front. Bum stuck out.
He's got the big hips. He likes to get the
Yep.
frame, move the hips and the body around and get
Big
in
shoulders.
range. Doesn't have too much speed. Apparently he used to have the speed, he tells us, and I've been told by other sources, but nowadays it's got to use that big body of his.
It's 2 goals to Searle so far in the game. He's 29 for the year and should have no trouble getting this. He's got rid of his yips with his first kick.
Coming in now. Beautiful action. And kicks truly.
I think someone's nailed that umpire's feet to the ground. The goal umpire, that is. And that moves Gawler Central's 6 points ahead on the Grant Birch scoreboard.
5 points ahead, actually. Angaston should be 6 goal 3.
Yeah, they do, yeah. That's right, they had the rush behind. Umpire Merch to restart. Stanley, Botton, Pilkington.
Angaston really need to find a way to get a clearance.
Tuckle over the ball. I don't know how he got 2 hands to handball that up, but he did. But it's Molyneux out of the centre, long, low. Spoiled in front of Willie Searle.
Teammate
Comes
spoil.
out, and it's Hart Clarkson.
I think Willie was
That's
licking the
travelled
lips
to
there.
15. It's Fallon again. He doesn't know what to do. He should have been called play on, but hasn't. Stanley on the mark. Now it's Fallon that just hoots it up to
John
across the
Razor
half-forward line, but
tried
it's
to
all
spoil
Gawler
from
Central.
behind, but unable to get any contact.
Good mark there by Geordie Searle. It's pretty good in the air, Geordie. He likes to fly for him.
Casual kick. Jaden Antoni just got a hand to it and spoiled what would have been an easy mark. Fallon hands the balls it back. Summerton it was, sorry. Into the centre, into the corridor. That was dangerous play. Swooping on it, the mistake. Making this a turnover is Molyneux. His flying kick for goal offline and through for a behind.
Yes, bad turnover by Angaston across half back, just messing around with the football. Something they're going to have to clean up in their game.
Phoebe again with a kick out looking for Borheim, but the ball dropped short and marked by Pilkington. Left half forward for the Tigers. Looks weighing up his options. There's still some holes down there. And there's the hole.
Good kick by Brad,
No.
but just fell short.
Searle spilled it. Across the boundary line for Mark. Can't control it. And throw in left forward pocket for Gawler Centrals.
As we've played just over 18 minutes in the second quarter.
Throw in now. Bolton down, come down the forward line to take it. He's got it, able to grab it out of the air, turn around and kick off the standing start. Doesn't carry the distance and marked on the last line defence by Will Fallon, I think it is. Didn't kick like him, Dylan Schmidt. Dylan Schmidt's kick across the ground. A lucky free kick for Angaston to JJ Raisler. He goes wide, looking for, I think it's Eberhard, long way down from the forward line, but pushed across and out of bounds. On the full.
And yes, on the full. So Gawler Central to restart here. Quick chip inside.
Umpire just checking.
Field umpires decided that... I'm not sure what the field umpires
They haven't
decided.
signalled anything. It's coming back, so it's either Gawler Central's kick or a throw-in. It's a throw-in. Video review mightn't show much of that. Michael.
No, unfortunately, didn't quite have the great angle.
Bit of a flow to that kick. Here's Blake Marsden.
John Raisler picked that ball up beautifully, then is tackled immediately. Callan Loki unable to move the ball on cleanly. Ma, who's been impressive this game.
Schmidt again out of defence. Will just sails the ball forward. Should be marked by Gawler Centrals.
This is Alex Robertson, the ruckman I was talking about earlier. He's just adapting. He's playing centre-half back now. He's been a ruckman for his whole life. Adapting to be a centre-half back, so that's good to get a mark and get a confidence up.
Handed off to Mitchell. Mitchell's kick's been intercepted by Angaston.
Clarkson kicks wide to the outer wing. Quick kick around the corner. Finds Argent with a handball back to Antony.
Striving for the ball there is Reinke. He just couldn't get a leg to it. It's taken out of defence. And that's a good kick. Oh, and he's dropped it. Luckily it wasn't a bag
Absolute
of fertiliser, as they
drop.
say. And the big ruckman's dropped it, and Angaston now have Wright Eberhard, I think, having another shot at goal.
But he will be kicking from almost right on the 50-metre mark. Probably does have the distance, but accuracy is going to be a questionable.
Short man on the mark too. He's moving in.
Getting very close to the man on the mark there. And has put the ball right. And a very strong, powerful mark taken in defence.
Must have gone and got the grippo after that last drop mark bottom, and he's made up for it, the big fella.
Well, that was harder than the last one.
He likes him above the head, I reckon.
Yep.
There's Phelps, who he likes to roll to the corridor here, but he's fallen
Us
over.
big guys get dizzy when we have to bend down.
That's it. Oh, he's handballed to Pilks, who's in a bit of trouble.
Pilkington clearing to the outer flank, finds Jake Asher. And Asher will just calm things down as the veteran he is.
Ash Borheim on the mark, so he's pushed up forward. He just chips it out to Molyneux, back to Asher. Asher gets the kick away, forced to kick it a little bit high to chip it a bit. Pack flies, no one can bring it down.
Done there by Kitski.
Kitski hands it out. Searles in the front again, punched away from him this time by Ryan. It's still in play. Oh, he can't pick it up, and it dribbles across the boundary line. Yeah, we're pretty disappointed. Not
trying to appeal for out in the full here. I reckon it might have come off the back heel or something.
Actually, I reckon it was close to his boot, wasn't it?
Not very happy about it. By the looks, three boys are straight into the umpire about it. But it's only a young fella, like we said before. He's just learning.
Yep, and a fair distance away.
Yes, it did look like it bounced off the back heel, Keith. Is the replay confirmed?
There's a kick out from Miles. Raisler under it, able to take the mark, cross half back for the Panthers. Netball court side of the ground. Chips inboard. Finds Borheim. Borheim shapes to handball. He does. That player's caught. No, shrugs the tackle in Tuckwell. Kicks long. Angaston now with Riley
Bounces
Argent.
Truly for
Left
Argent.
foot along the belt. Taken over back by
Jay Shannon, who over the back took a strong mark, played on and has kicked a goal.
And upset the spectators.
Which apparently is quite easy. But Angaston needed that goal to get back on track after a bad 5 minutes, as we're currently 23 minutes into the second quarter, almost half-time.
Scores are level, Michael?
Scores are level on the Grant Birchwine scoreboard.
And how many minutes again?
23 minutes. 23 and a half minutes gone.
Hopefully it doesn't come down to goal kicking costing us at the end of the day. 6 goals 9 to 7 goals 2.
The case of the St Kilda's about Gawler Central at the moment.
That touches at home for me as a St Kilda fan. We've lost a couple this year.
I actually feel sorry
kicking.
for you.
Yeah, there's been a couple. Max King kicked 1 goal 5 one game, I reckon, and Jack Higgins did it the next week, so cost us a couple.
Umpire comes in now.
Some of them back in the square. So's Argent and so's Tuckwell.
Bottom wins the tap though.
Oh, a good interception by Pilkington. He's having a good game.
Handball by Blake Marston.
Chain a handball out to
Stanley.
Stanley, good finisher.
split the middle.
Good work there by Blake Mars and get the handball over there to Daniel Stanley in his first game. The young
Mars
fella.
been very impressive today.
Yeah, he has a go. That's it. He's still got I think he's a senior player next year, so he's still an under 17 technically.
Okay.
But yeah, he's played in the 17s today, and he's come on today because he's going to play limited minutes in the A grade, so he's coming out. He's got a goal assist to his name, so that's good for him.
And how long till we see you back on the field, Jamie?
I probably could have pushed for this year, but nah, that's next year. I'll be. I did my shoulder. I think it was around 5, so I had that surgery, and that's 12 week after surgery. So I'll be back next year, hopefully.
But
I'll
still able to open those sausage roll bags in the
that's
canteen.
it. I can still do canning, goal
Unlike
umpire, and
some.
commentate. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, goal the difference.
Right in time for pre-season, I'll be ready. So that's everyone's favourite time of year.
So you won't see much of Adam Beister.
Yeah, not Adam Bice's favourite time. Maybe we can
Playing
team up,
cricket.
be his partner for pre-season, and we can get some running done.
As Jake Hood collects the ball, handball inboards, finds Tom Ryan running out of defence, goes long with the left foot kick.
Joshy Edwards
I think he's paid it.
knows his way around the weights room, Joshy Edwards. He's a big boy.
Very
Used to-
powerful there against Jed Durden in the air.
Used to gym with me. He couldn't keep up with me, but he gets around the weights very well.
Yes, you are imposing.
Sailed it high up to the wing area. Kennelly recovers the best. He gets the handball. Bornholm has to bend down and pick it up, and he's not going anywhere as he wrapped up in the tackle by
Phelps.
Nick Hooker. There's the throw up, cross half forward for the Panthers. Gawler Central's numbers.
Worst
They'll get
gets
it
the ball
out.
out on
That
the back
kick goes
play.
nowhere. Clarkson handballs over to Adams. Adams' chip kick is marked.
Jay
by
Shannon
Durden.
with a strong mark. He'll be taking a shot from probably 25 metres out on a fairly tight angle.
We've got Botten off on the bench at the moment. Not sure what's going on with him, but Alex Robertson has taken his spot in the ruck till Botsy sorts himself out. Doesn't seem like there's much wrong. Just adjusting the boots by the looks of it.
26 and a half minutes gone in the second quarter.
Well, we're going round the corner. Umdiaka, as they say at Tanunda.
Let's kick that across the face here.
Yep.
And all Gawler Central under that ball. Molyneux cleans it up, kicks back almost to the goal square.
I think Botten here is having trouble with blisters. He did get a brand new spanking pair of boots this week, and I think he's just come off to reapply the Vaseline. It's a dangerous kick here.
It is.
And
Worst had to sit
big
under it.
mark taken by Jaden Antoni. He'll want to see that on the replay.
Kyle had to sit under that. He's had little opportunity to do anything about that. Important kick. This will, if it's a goal, it levels the scores again as we creep very close to half time.
And Jaden Antoni does have a good long kick on him and left footer. He's
I think
actually
no.
gone with the right.
I think he's a right foot. I reckon brother Ben is a left footer.
sorry,
from
my
memory.
bad.
That's the point.
Just a point. So that should be the final score of the first half.
5 points of difference. Sandico bringing it in. There's the siren.
As we complete the first half of play from Gawler Central. With the score, Gawler Central leading by 5 points on the Grant Burgewine scoreboard. And we'll be back after half time to bring you the second half of the game.
Nothing on there.
finish burning sausages and shit?
Cuddles! Good buddy, how are you? I'm all well, thank you, I'm well. We had a week off. We were locked down because of construction.
Almost be marked of the match sort of thing.
Technical work, so. But no, I thought someone said, why don't you get the thing from the government? Thanks, I'll fill it out. 2 days later, I'll go to my account. Come here. That's my week.
He didn't get a goal or anything, though, did he?
No.
Nice. It's just a good steal. If I'm nice, if you're nice, yeah. No, I've got to actually reinstall everything over on next couple of days.
as we restart the second half. Clearance there, Argent with a handball out, collected by Botten, who's tackled. Quick kick out of traffic from Tom Ryan. Gawler Central now moving forward, but behind the ball, Ben Antoni, reliable as ever. Moves onto that favoured left foot with a scrubber kick. Really didn't advantage his teammate at all.
And punched out of bounds by the recalcitrant, as I understand it.
Nick Hooker.
The man who owes more money than just about anyone else at Gawler Central. There's guys that have got mortgages that owe less money than Nick Hooker.
He's still waiting for Dad to bail him out like he did a couple years ago. Or Mum to bail him out like in the canteen today.
That should be a very big fine.
Throw in, both Ruckman got hands to it, spilled out the back of the pack, but player Tom Ryan going nowhere as the wall of Gawler Central's players descended on him across half back for the Angaston Panthers going to the town end. Ball on with a tap. Ryan can't get the kick away once again, wrapped up by Stanley and Hooker. Ball up in nearly exactly the same place. Umpire Patterson in charge of the ball at the moment. Other umpire today is Randall Murch.
Boholm unable to get the ball to anyone with that tap.
Some dirty knees at the moment. There's a lot of hands and knees stuff as Angaston coach Jay Shannon's throwing down.
Dylan Pilkington with a lot of physical work there.
He loves it rough and tough, Pilks. He loves to get in and under. He's a day like this. I think he was best on ground last
And Willie Searle picks the ball up off the deck, and Ben Antoni foolishly gets in his way and gets hit by the freight train. Probably not a good business decision by Antoni.
Our punters club actually have Dylan Pilkington as our syndicate player for today, so hopefully we can pump him up a bit on this live stream and we can get him best on ground.
Well, hopefully the coaches are listening then.
Yeah, I might have to have a chat to Wheelo before the club room.
Oh,
It's very
good
courageous
mark.
there by Brad
I
Mitchell.
should have been paid. Courage there by Brad Mitchell.
Order's restored here. He's got the free kick.
Free kick for in the back against Alex Reinke. Mitchell looking to drive the ball into Gawler Central's forward 50.
It's a high kick. Plenty under the ball. Lucky if anyone marks that. Here's the Ginger Ninja.
Handball, Adam.
Threads the handball out to Stanley. Stanley runs into an open goal and check sides it through for his third goal of the
First
third
goal of the second
day.
half.
That third goal of the day.
But the opening goal of the game and also the opening goal of the second half for Stanley.
Good to see Botten getting around Brad Mitchell there. It started with him going back to that flight. Got the free kick, got it in there, goal.
Goal kickers up to half time was Willie Searle with 3, Daniel Stanley 2, Brad Mercer and Charlie Monolo 1 each for the Centrals, and for Angaston's Eberhard with 3, and then singles for Durden, Shannon, Borholm and Tuckwell. Stanley back in the centre square. It's the same lineup they started with, both teams. Clearances once again going Gawler Central's way. You should have kept the stat on him, Michael.
Yes, we should have, but unfortunately the person to my left wasn't able to get on that early enough.
Oh, I'm doing the goals. Here we go. Botten versus Borholm. Borholm hesitated
Botten over the top. Shannon gets the handball back. Jack Miles tackled well. And Adam Beister gets the kick out to half forward. Kyle Worth battling hard for Gawler Central.
Wild kick out of defence by Jaden Antoni. Reinke underneath it, but punched away from him.
Robertson.
Robinson had a spell in the ruck late in the second half.
And
back at
Adam
centre half back.
Beister getting around a lot of contests early in this second half.
Throw in Botten, Borholm. Actually, players standing in both goal squares. Bit weird sometimes watching footy these days. Botten tries to get out and fails to dispose of it.
loses the
gives
ball.
away the free kick.
And Somerton will relieve for Angaston with a quick chip kick forward, finds Antoni, who handballs off to Ryan Carnelli. Carnelli driving long, goes over the head of Durden.
Kick round the corner by Eberhard. Push through for
Minor
behind.
score.
moving Angaston on to 7 goals. 5 on the Grant Burgewine scoreboard, trailing Gawler Centrals by 4 points. Edwards to bring it in. Undecided.
Going down the
Straight up the centre of the ground.
Phelpsy, nope.
Basically, drifts out. Shannon under the ball, couldn't bring it down. Had 2 hands on it. Borholm has to judge the bounce right. Gets a quick kick away in the end because he had to slow up for it. He cleared up at the back here, out wide to Nick Hooker. Nick Hooker takes it quite cleanly. He's got Argent on the mark. Inboard to centre half back. Courageous kick. Botten fails to take the mark. It's all Angaston here. They should be able to clear it out of here. Make something out of this. And
Clarkson popped the ball up there.
Finds Everhard.
Everhard, 40. He was kicking from 45, so another tough shot on goal with distance.
Similar to distance to his last one, and it fell a bit short, so he might kick through it a bit too much here, and I reckon he'll go to the left. That's my call.
Looks to have no trouble with the distance.
Well, no.
And just touched on the line by the defender from Gawler Central.
Didn't quite get my call right, but it's still a point. Same result.
We don't draw pictures of it. It only goes down as a point.
Just cut that bit out.
I'm sure the boys won't give you a hard time about it during the week.
Definitely not.
Pilkington with the ball again. Pilkington swings onto his right boot, drives it up the grandstand wing here at Gawler Central's oval. Swooping through, Razor couldn't pick it up. Ben Antoni's released.
Takes a
on
bounce.
his left, goes inboard.
Finds Stephen Summerton all on his own. Summerton wheeling. He's got a multitude of targets. Goes deep looking for Durden.
Mark at the back there to Angaston, I think.
Looks like Durden's taking a strong mark. Use his body to protect the drop zone.
And the kick will put Angaston in front if it's straight. No pressure, as they say. And again, means a lot to both sides.
Yes, both teams clawing to try and make finals. After a really good start for Angaston this year, injuries hit them badly and they've fallen away. Gawler Central have been hit by injuries all year, Jamie, and we're looking to claim an unlikely finals berth.
Yeah, the injuries in the start of the year in particular was the first few games. Even I was still playing. We had one game at Kapunda. We had Willie Searle do a calf in the warm-up. Brading did his something in the first minute, and we were then down to four people on the bench weren't playing. And then the day I got injured, we had 4 down on the bench, injured, not playing. So we had a few games early on there where we didn't have any bench to go from.
Actually, I just want to check, was Sean Brading flexing in front of the mirror when he hurt himself?
Yeah, I think he might have popped a bicep when he was warming up, looking at himself in the mirrors there at the Kapunda change rooms, and that might be the problem.
So that could be every team's solution, is put a mirror in the change rooms?
Mirror in the change rooms will get Brading 10 times out of 10.
It's a very smart thing to do in a football club change rooms. But, yep, Angaston back in 3 points behind now. The players have to wait a little while for the ball to come back. Went behind the hoarding down there. Lucky it wasn't the other end. It could have gone away in the train, Michael. No trains over
No,
there.
unfortunately, the
Got the
Gawler line,
creek down there.
the government hasn't quite got that sorted out yet. Don't start me. There's a podcast coming.
Okay. I'll look forward to erasing it. Here goes umpire Matt Patterson. Ball up. Ball home. Botten. As for today, Botten with a clear tap.
Botten been dominant all day in the ruck.
Molyneux couldn't take it away. He got both hands to it. Couple of handballs here. As Angaston still got the possession. Over the top handball. The Riley Argent may be able to run into it. No, he has to swing back. He goes backwards.
Goes back a long way, but finds Raisler. Good decision in the end. Raisler now chipping sideways to the centre half forward position where he finds Jaden Antony. Antony with a chip to a strong lead from
Eberhard.
Ryder Eberhard, who,
And that was
as he was coming down, met Charlie Molyneux, so would have been a free kick if it wasn't the mark.
a sign of two lads who have played a lot of footy together.
Yes.
Antony immediately spotted up Eberhard and found him in a bit of traffic. Accurate kick. This time Eberhard for maybe his 4th goal of the game.
Eberhard was at North Adelaide area this year, am I right in
Correct.
saying?
Did a full pre-season and played some games early in the year.
I think that was Darren Reaver getting him out there, was it?
Correct.
Yep, there they go. Played a bit of footy through Reaver myself. I didn't play much, but Everhard and Antony with Reaver at Central.
Yep.
So Reaver probably got him out there, obviously.
Got a fair few seconds games at Centrals. Came back to Angaston and then tried another shot at the league down at North Adelaide.
As Angaston take the lead back again for the first time since late in the second quarter. Currently played just over 10 minutes in the third quarter here.
Duckwall off. Adams on for Angaston. Some height. Drifting down the forward line for the Panthers. Ball on bottom. Bottom up high. Flicks it backwards. Molyneux was running through trying to grab it on the fly, and no one can control it. And we got another ball up in exactly the same spot. Centre of the ground. Here at the Gawler Oval. Key match for both these clubs. Two-handed punch by Borheim, but it goes the way of Sandico, is it? Over the top now, Gawler Central's in a good position here. Slips.
Well smothered from Antony.
It's Antony now, he's beset upon. Bit of push and shove. Two number sevens not liking each other.
Throwing his body on the line, the young man. Not much of a body.
Ball up at centre half back for the Panthers. Neither clear win. Adams now doing the ruck work for Angaston. Worst tries to push it on. Angaston should clear up through Schmidt. Schmidt kicks it into, I think, his own man.
Good smother by Worst there.
Was it Worst?
Yeah.
Bounced out towards the boundary line.
Throwing the ball at his opponent there. I don't mind seeing that, but must be a
should
bit
be a
going on
free
off the
kick.
ball. Yeah, probably should be, but
But how long since you've seen it actually paid?
not very often in this comp. In the
Kyle
AFL,
Worth's
in
got a
first-
bit of attitude,
First couple
so
of
he
years
can
it
get away
came
with it.
in, they were red hot on it. Touched the ball, moved it away at the throw-in, and you were done.
shows
Now
his-
they pull it out every now and then just for fun.
It's like
It's
the
their job.
deliberate rule in this comp. I think I've seen it paid 1 or 2 times, but sometimes you see some and you think,
Quick kick around the corner.
definitely could be called deliberate.
If it's not deliberate, it's intentional.
That's it.
Yeah, it may not have been deliberate, but it was intentional. The rule is deliberate as it goes across half-back for Gawler Centrals, now in the arms of Jordan Searle. Jordan Searle selecting his options. Bit man-to-man at the moment.
Big Botsy
Goes
outlet
up the
down here.
line. Punched
And-
away from Mercer. Sorry, from Botten.
And his opponent, Angus Adams, with a good spoil there.
9-6 plays 8-9 on the Grant Burgewine scoreboard. 3 points away the Panthers. Botten and Adams.
Adams
Both got
over
a
the
hand
top,
to it.
down to Summerton. Kicks the ball long and deep. Mark
did.
not completed by Gawler Central there.
He
Did well
could
on
have-
milk one there, Geordie Searle.
He's got it.
He's done well. He's holding firm across half back.
Now he must be on Eberhard, is he?
It'd be a good
Do we
matchup,
think?
I reckon,
Yep.
size-wise, if so.
And size and age and everything.
Yeah, Geordie Searle a bit young. He's only 18.
Adam Beister
Geordie.
crumbs the
is he?
ball,
Righto.
kicks forward.
Eberhard be 23. Geordie Searle
Yeah.
only 18. Looks a bit older, but yeah, only a young fella.
Angaston look like they might be able to clear here. Phoebe with a handball, it's cut off. Tom Ryan throws himself on the ball at the bottom of the contest. So we'll have a ball up inside Gawler Central's forward 50.
Pilkington on.
Who's off for the Tigers?
Couldn't quite catch him.
Adam Beister at the bottom of the pack. Really coming into the game in this second half. Doing a lot around the stoppages.
Someone with a hurried kick out of the pack. Bounces in no man's land. Taken by Jake Asher, but he's well and truly wrapped up by Alex Reinke. Another ball up across half back for the Panthers. 3 points of difference. It's a crucial game for both teams. Loser bows out of the finals race, you'll say. Wrestling. Free kick goes away of Botten.
Botten with the nice new haircut. He did ask me to slip that in there. Looking
he?
very sleek today.
Good kick. Good searching kick.
Looking for
Searle
Willie
in the
Searle.
right place. Just
Searle
couldn't bring it
outsized
down.
by 2 defenders. Ball drifts out of bounds, so we'll have a throw in deep in Gawler Central's forward pocket.
Right forward pocket. Tigers attacking in there, going the railway line end of Gawler Oval. Adams, bottom in the ruck. Taken by Mercer, but couldn't break clear. I don't think anyone will break out that again, and we'll have another ball.
Another ball up. Almost on the 50-metre line.
Umpire Patterson in charge. Bolton, Adams, Mercer with a tap. Third man up. Good to see we still play that
And
rule here.
Jay Shannon put his head over the ball and was rewarded with the free kick with a very crude attempt on
Probably a bit
taking
stiff
there.
there by Pilkington, and I think the crowd know.
His kick finds Ben Antoni, left half back for the Panthers. He drives wide looking for Summerton. Summerton gets it. He'll move around Hooker, put it in front of Reinke. Reinke got the pace. Robertson after him. Not much pace there between those two, I don't think. Now
Flicks
it's
it back.
Argent. Argent back to Summerton. Summerton hoisted high. He'll stay in the field of play though. Underneath it, Borholm, but who's slipped in there, taking the mark for Angaston?
Alex Reinke.
No.
Alex Reinke. That could have been about 4 blokes could have taken that, I reckon.
I think there were several that didn't want it.
Reinke.
Left
Between
footer.
half forward, between half forward and the forward pocket.
Tough angle for a lefty.
Yeah, about 45 degrees. No wind though. I mean, just kick it over the umpire's head. Easy, isn't it?
And looks like he's hit it pretty cleanly, but shaved the post.
Save the post.
Pretty good effort, but all you get is 1 point.
Two points to Alex Reinke, yet to get on the scoreboard with a goal today. Kick out finds Asher in the back pocket for Gawler Central. Tuckwell on the mark. Manned up at the moment by Angaston. He'll have to go down the line. Who flies? In front, Shannon. Shannon takes a good mark, holds his ground in the trap.
Plays on straight away, looking for Borholm.
Knew where Bolholm was. He can't bring it down.
Reinke crumbs
Now it's
and
Razor.
handballs back to John Raisler. John Raisler with a good crumbing goal. Gives the Panthers a bit more momentum.
Probably just needed a spoil there, Gawler Central over Shannon.
Big spoil, knock it out to the boundary
They needed
line.
to kill it. We had the 2 people flying for it, but they were behind Shannon, so they probably one of them needed to bring it to the front.
Quite a young back line you've got. Is it a lack of communication, perhaps?
Yeah, we've had a few injuries as well down back. Like I usually play down back. Asher's playing a bit of a different role on the wing today. You got young Geordie Searle, Hayden Schloit, Joshy Edwards. So not too many that have played a lot of A-grade back lines together. Jake Billings also having a go down there. Looks like he's deep. He's usually a wingman, so it's different. Just matchup-wise these days, you know, you play Jake Billings probably meant to be playing half back, but just works out size-wise. He has to play on that bloke, so he's gone deep. Not sure what he thinks of that. Probably hasn't played out of a goal square in his life.
Yeah, relatively small forward lines both sides though, so
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's what our back line's mostly blokes the same size. We don't have a lot of tools
As
down
Gawler
there.
Central with a clearance.
and that's the advantage I think of South Gawler this year. They got 3 good tools that can play everywhere.
Yeah, that's it. They got
either end or in the ruck.
they are big boys.
Tom Ryan able to body his opponent out the way, then gets tackled.
Bit of a scrap going on in the middle here. Oh, didn't see what happened here. Probably.
Oh, someone's not wearing a mask again.
Yeah, here we go.
I didn't
1.5
have
boys,
their
stay
backs.
1.5.
Yeah.
Jay Shannon getting acquainted with the Gawler Central boys as he has several times today.
Tap over the back by Adams, but only as far as Stanley. He's forced a handball to Pilkington coming out. There's a wave of Angaston players run through. Argent gets a handball over to Loki, who unloads it without looking. Tuckwell at the bottom of the pack, and he's in the middle of 4 Gawler Central's players. That ball's not going anywhere at the moment. Umpire Patterson moves in for another throw at Michael. He's had a lot of throw-ups.
Yes, he's
As in
been
balls,
working
that is.
very hard.
Bolton, Angus Adams. Angus Adams reached over the tap, but I don't think he got it. This is Ma. Ma fires it in, nearly pulled down by Phelps. Now comes to Searle. He swings around, high, wide and handsome. This is made for Mercer. Got 2 hands for it and taken.
Tom Jackman able to sort of worry Mercer out of that bowl.
Might be a turnover here. Risky kick. They were out. If
All
they hit it,
Gawler
though.
Central's out there.
They had a lot of players on this side, Angaston. Brad Pilkington marks. He was also in the canteen today. Covered Kyle Worth's shifts. Kyle Worth wasn't too keen on the canteen, so Brad Pilks stepped up. Well done to him. See if he can kick a goal now to seal it off.
He's clearly done all of his work for the day.
Yeah, he had his hand in the lolly jar a few times also, Brad Pilkington, I reckon.
Is that a fine?
No fine for him doing the right thing.
It is against
And
COVID,
he
though.
has kicked a point here. He had gloves on, of course, with COVID and all that.
As we are 20 minutes into the third term here at Gawler Oval in the match of the day. Gawler Central 58, trailing Angaston 67.
Yeah, it's 8-10, isn't it? Or should be 8-10 for Gawler Centrals. Out to half-back. Argent again. Look away handball. Sailed forward. Wrestling for the ball. Ball bounces to the favour of Gawler Centrals in the centre of the ground. Coming through was Molyneux. Punched away by Ryan at the last moment. Adams can't bend down long enough to pick the ball far enough.
Gawler Central players.
Oh, free kick. Gee.
Strip there. I'm not sure that was really...
That's the old AFL rule. You don't see that paid very often. The AFL gets knocked down the tackle. They don't call it.
I think that was...
Here.
He was pretty hard done by there.
Yeah. Just one of the ones that get tackled. The AFL, you get away with it. Not here.
Jamie Wegner would have been going ballistic at the umpire if that had been paid against him.
Right from the back pocket, I would have been yelling out.
More importantly, Gawler Centrals would have been away and running for an open
had
goal.
the numbers around that one. He just had to get a quick handball out.
And Adams with a tap comes down. And free kick goes against Angaston.
Throw.
Almost 50 here, I would have thought. No.
Drives Gawler Central into the forward lines.
Here he is again, Pilkington.
Pilkington with a nice strong mark. He likes it out in that pocket.
Good skills. He passes off. Not
Looking for
great
Mercer.
size
Oh, over the
occasion.
top, Mercer.
Might have jinxed him.
The Angaston player picks the ball up, and before he can turn and release, he's taken down.
20 metres out from the Gawler Central's goal. At the base of the pack is Ryan. He hoists the ball out where, fortunately, falls in the arms of Jaden Antoni. He's had plenty of it. He's looking inboard, but you'd think he'd go down the line. Low percentage there.
Ball hung down the line here.
Always, wow.
Bites off a kick inboards,
Yep.
but to the captain, Jack Ryan.
Number
Sometimes
7.
kicking the captain's good for your career.
Number 7 in front of number 7 there. He finds
Angus
Angus Adams, and Angus's instruction normally is to handball, not kick.
And
that's
he gets away an
shown us why.
ugly kick. Kyle Worth.
Rightfully so.
Christmas came early.
Pilkington again in the pocket.
And
Punched away this time.
Ben Antoni with a spoil there. I think he knew that the set play to Pilkington was on once more.
And Kennelly out of paddock. He's found Eberhard in front. Once again, two lads that have played a lot of footy together.
Eberhard
he chips over the
turns
top,
and finds Stephen Summerton all on his own.
puts it through.
Summerton dribbles the ball through for a goal. Angaston players able to get out a mile on their own forward of centre there.
And
Gawler Central's press probably worked against them, Jamie.
Yeah, we like to set up a bit of a zone behind the footy. We do know that if they do get a pinpoint pass, it's going to hurt us, but it works most of the time, so we'll take it, the good with the bad.
Score check here. That's 11-7, is it? 8-10.
12-7 on the scoreboard.
11-7 to 8-11. Angaston leading on the Grant Birchwine scoreboard.
Could you hear umpire Patterson to start again? Angus and Botten. Botten over the top with a tap, but ricochets to Argent. Argent back to Angus. That's a better kick from Angus from the flying start, but should have been paid to mark. I think that was a mark.
And a late score, half-time score from the Newry-Freeling game. Newry 10 goals 7, Freeling 4 goals 3.
Okay.
Botten coming off here, not sure if an injury or just needs a blow. Don't think
How
they have
those
anyone to
boots?
go on. So young Blakey Marsden, the under-17, going to be a like-for-like replacement.
Can he jump?
Get in the ruck, Blakey, get the shin guard.
But takes Robinson away from centre half back where he's been doing a reasonable job with his height.
But Botten not being in the ruck is a huge blow for the Tigers, as he's been very good today.
Alex Robertson will have to have another go in there. Someone will have to shift to centre half back.
Robinson and Adams around the ball for Angaston, Clarkson, Argent, Shannon.
As we're nearly 25 minutes into the third quarter. Angaston currently with a 14-point lead on the Grant Burge Wine scoreboard.
Yep. Once again, ball closed up, going nowhere. It's at the deck, and at the bottom of it was Dylan Pilkington. Ball up again. Robinson tried to go high and early, but couldn't get a good enough tap on it, clear enough tap to the advantage of a player.
Jay Shannon gets crunched once again by Worst this time.
Here they go again. Bounces off of the head over the top handball. Russell Ebert style ends up in Shannon's hand. His floating kick is marked by Borheim, left half forward for the Panthers.
Borheim
He
wheels around. Now pulls it back deep into the pocket and finds Steve Summerton with precision. Summerton kicks inboard.
Not 15.
Didn't go 15. I think it was longer than the one we were arguing about earlier.
I think so. And is that Eberhard?
Yes.
Reinke, I reckon.
Reinke.
Alex Reinke. And these kicking goals, his ownership group do need a return.
12th goal for the Panthers. Raisler coming off for Angaston. It'll be Tuckle to come back on, I'll imagine. Clarkson, Argent, Shannon, Adams in the middle for the Panthers. Molyneux, Robinson, Pilkington and Worst for Gawler Centrals.
Clarkson matching up against Kyle Worst, probably one of the few like-for-like size matchups he gets during the season.
And scoreboard should read 12-7 to 8-10, shouldn't it?
Correct. Thanks to our AV King Sam Furler from 180 Creations for keeping the score up to date for us. If you are looking to get any work done with AV 180 Creations, you can find them on YouTube. YouTube channel always available there.
Patterson throws the ball up. Adams versus Robinson. Oh,
Robertson jumped
three.
early.
Oh, again.
Likes to jump early, big sticks.
Yep, no, I agree. I like to see Ruckman do that.
And Pilkington taken down in a crushing tackle.
He's probably not the one to...
Body to body this time.
Doesn't quite have the body,
But
Alex,
Robertson, ball falls to him.
Asher,
And now Adams trying to pick the ball up like a rover. Really didn't look pretty doing it.
Interesting kick there by Asher. It looked like the Gaelic footy tap to yourself type thing.
Asher would be an ideal Gaelic football player.
Absolutely. He'd be a jack of all trades, I reckon. Just give him a roll and he'll do it.
Okay, 3/4 time here on the Grant Burge Wine scoreboard is Angaston 12 goals 7 to Gawler Central's 8 goals 10. Important game for both teams. Still anybody's game, Michael.
Yes, and from around the grounds, Kapunda 9 goal 10 to Barossa District 4 goal 1. Tanunda 7 goal 6 to Williston 4 goal 5. And as we said recently, Newry about 5 goals up on Freeling. So some tight games across the competition. Really getting interesting at the business end of the season, Keith.
Yep, and goal kickers, just quickly if I can get them right. Going through Gawler Centrals, it's 3 to Dan Stanley, 3 to Willie Searle, 1 to Brad Merson, 1 to Charlie Molyneux. For Angaston, Raisler with 1, Durden with 2, Summerton with 1, Reinke with 1, Shannon 1, Eberhard 4 now, and singles to Borheim and Tuckle. Better players as you see them, Michael, for Angaston?
I think Botten really does... for Angaston, I would have to say Steve Summerton really came into the game that quarter after a fairly quiet first half. And across half-back, Antoni's plural, both Ben and Jaden very good. Tom Ryan really attacking out of defence.
Shaken Willie Searle, I think.
Yes, he has.
And for Gawler Centrals.
Gawler Central, I'm really impressed with Botten. Has dominated the ruck today, really. Pilkington's been really good. Done a lot of the heavy, hard work. And I'd say Adam Beister's popped up and done a lot of work around the stoppages.
And Charlie Molyneux, as he want, I think he's accumulated all of his normal amount of possessions.
It's just a standard day out for Charlie. We're hoping that they like to spice it up. Like I said before, the Punters Club, get Dylan Pilkington can have a good last quarter, and Gawler Central in general can have a good last quarter, and we can come home strong.
And Keith, while we've got you away from the action, Angaston Football Club, major developments going on. Completely new facility being built at Angaston.
Yeah, a bit of a holiday getting away from the building site, and we've got COVID as well this year, which is not making life difficult, not making life easy for any of the clubs. But yeah, fantastic facility we'll have at Angaston next season, and thanks to the Barossa Council, the state government, and of course the footy club and other supporters that to put in. But yeah, big veranda out in front of extended club rooms with 2 new change rooms and some outside serveries, all overlooking the ground.
And also, just as importantly, the second oval for junior football.
A second oval, which will be
accommodating for a lot of junior kids in the region, not just from Angaston, but kids from other teams that come to play. We will have great facilities to use.
Which means we can play on the Saturday like Gawler Centrals do, and it's a real benefit for a club. And there's nothing worse than under 9, 11 footy. Friday night, it's -1. The kids are suffering from hypothermia. No, it'd be great for the club and great for the comp.
And of course, there's still a lot of fundraising to be done to pay for this wonderful development. You are wanting people to get in touch with the club if they can help.
Certainly do, and there's some schemes that they can get involved in. Buy a plaque. We've got a special release magnum of our own grapes coming out. There's only 100 of those, so if anyone wants one of those, I'll need to jump on board quickly. And there's several other functions in the van, so looking for the support from the clubs, and just to improve the facilities in the competition. We've got magnificent facilities out here at Gawler Centrals these days. I can't wait for a veranda in front of this big building next to us here. I reckon that would be the bee's knees.
Where we're sitting at the moment, it's the prime spot, but we've probably taken up where the Gawler Central supporters like to come. But yeah, now that they open that up down there and they've got facilities, so drinks and stuff served down there, that's the easiest place to go. Sometimes they used to open up the bar up the top here, but I'm not sure if that's they haven't done it all year.
On a cold day, people won't come out.
Yeah,
they did do it once earlier in the year when South Gawler played here.
Yeah, I think for the bigger days they open up here, but mostly down there now they're working out of.
Play starts in the 4th quarter here. Angaston with an early forward entry, but Gawler Central now looking to clear.
Chain of handball sees it out of defence.
Mitchell kicking the centre half forward.
Good kick by Mitchell.
Brad Mercer juggles and drops the mark, but picks the ball up off the deck and evades a tackle there. Driving the ball forwards.
Willie Searle led, but had to go back because Mercer was tackled as he kicked.
I think Mercer was taking a shot, don't you, Jamie?
Yeah, very likely.
I'm sure he was passing.
Don't think he saw Willie.
He was within 70.
The blinkers were on.
As Angaston coming out of defence.
And Ryan Kelly's kick too good. Bounces off the chest of Borholm as he threaded it through the pack. Gets the handball away. Dubious handball.
Carnelli got back onto it.
It's Summerton now with the ball on centre wing for the Panthers. Drives it up forward, looking for Eberhard. Eberhard in front takes the mark. Swings onto the left, into the square area. Durden in front, easy on the chest.
Durden chest mark, and probably his first easy mark for the day.
And tight kick. Yeah, another fullback. Josh Edwards done a good job. We have to say that, don't we? Because he punches weights.
Fullback, big
yes,
Josh.
But you also love the fullbacks, Keith.
Big chest on him.
I'm a paid-up member of the Fullbacks Union.
There was a stage there he was single and he was hitting it like a house on fire. 2 days a week. Still couldn't keep up with me, big Joshy, but he was getting in there, trying his hardest.
Yes, for those of you who don't know Jamie Wigner, he is an imposing beast.
Some would say.
Just
one shoulder at the moment, just one shoulder.
That's all he needs.
Still can arm wrestle.
Langston move on to 12-8, do they?
Yes.
Still on 11-8.
Footy's been returned a game here. Don't know what's going on. He's bloke's thrown it to centre half forward.
Now there's a man loose, actually. Good ploy.
Very clever.
Going down the centre again. Or nearly the centre.
Well, Jamie did warn us about that they do like to bite that off from fullback.
Does work.
Come off the boot very easily. Now it's
Ben
Antoni
driving the ball forward.
Get another go here, Sandico.
Little nudge in the back of his opponent there, able to clear him. Great
Mitchell.
backhand ball.
Oh, dangerous kick, but it's going to work.
Finds Charlie Molyneux. Molyneux turns, finds an opponent player on the wing.
It's been right today. Kitski, I thought, his first game in the A grade.
He's going to be a genuine asset going forward.
Good size.
A bit of versatility too.
Jonah Handballs makes it across the half-forward line for Gawler Centrals, but
Adam
it's in the
Beister
hands of Adam
wheels onto the
Beister.
right.
Nearly a good mark by,
Someone's got a kick out of that pack.
yeah, missed by a lot, but nearly a good mark there by Tom Ryan, falling down at the base of the pack.
Sun's come out. It's
Beautiful day here. Good day for footy, and the ovals come up very well. Jamie?
Yeah, it's good. I haven't seen many. I've seen some videos of other clubs around the league, but ours in particular today, it's not too bad. Even training during the week wasn't bad. The pockets used to flood notoriously, but
Yeah, well,
we
no
sorted
big
that
rain-
out, and
no
it's
big
pretty
rains
good.
overnight. I sorted that out, have they?
Yeah, the pockets don't really flood too
Yeah.
much anymore.
No,
You get a
good.
bit muddy, but they used to just be full of water. Wouldn't soak it at all.
Obviously soft at the start of play today, but it's dried out beautifully
Yeah,
during the
that's
day.
it.
No excuse for either side. Now the scoreboard's still got Angaston at 12-8. I'm not sure that's right. Worst with a handball.
Kitski.
Out to Kitski. Kitski stripped of the ball, kicked away by Ben Antoni under pressure from Kitski, but he's kicked it out of bounds on the full, and a free kick to the net, to Gawler Central's netball side of Gawler Oval.
Nick Hooker will take this in. I reckon he'll be driving this deep to the goal square.
Well, I would. You got Searle, you got Mercer. Bolton's gone bat down there.
There it is.
And currently on the Grant Birchwine scoreboard, Angaston 12 goal 8.
It is 12-8.
Gawler
That's correct.
Central 8 goal 11. Very
Okay.
St Kilda like leak.
That's a good day for St Kilda. 8 goals 11.
Raisler, cross half forward, finds Schmidt. Schmidt should get the ball on to Kennelly, but doesn't. Go out to Ryan. Kennelly's making the space now. Ryan finds
Nelly
that
with
player.
probably a 20 metre
He
kick
wanders
he
away
marks.
from Worst.
Bounces.
Will a kick find a target? Slips through the gap. It's Jaden Antoni at the back.
Durden was
Kennelly
good enough to
following
pick it
up.
up off the deck and handball.
And chip on board finds Wright Eberhard. Dead in front, but right on the 50.
Third
Big
time
kick.
lucky from 50, maybe for Eberhard.
Yep.
Probably will look to find a passing option, I'd say. As Borholm sitting in the goal square.
Too close to the man on the mark again, so he's had to hoist it high.
Oh no.
Pack flies and marks paid too.
Jed Durden
That's a coach killer.
just didn't fly, stayed down and was the only one in the right spot.
Kicking around the corner like this, I still reckon it should be a fine.
Don't talk to Jamie about that, he'll get
I'm
excited.
constantly thinking of ideas to bring in for next year, so I might note it. He's kicked the goal though. Maybe if you miss.
Yeah, you're right. If you miss, pay the fine. So
AFL
that's
players these days, I'd see them kick them that way more than they do the drop
Yep.
punt.
third goal to Jed Durden. And
That'll
moves
take him
Angaston-
to 31 for the year.
Yep. Moves Angaston on to 13 goals, 8. Slightly ahead here. About, 5 minutes in, Mike?
Yes, well, just over 6 minutes into the final quarter of the match of the day from Gawler Oval.
Game's still not over.
No, we know from earlier in this game, Gawler Central able to get back very quickly through quick bursts from the likes of Willie Searle and
It's clearances again. Inconclusive ruck duel between Adams and Botten. Players on their hands and knees trying to get the ball out to a teammate, but not happening. And umpire Murch moves in to bounce in the centre circle again. Botten over the top, third man up. Love to see that.
Charlie Molyneux actually
Yep.
third man up.
Yep, and I'm glad it's still in the rules here and not taken out. And we've got a free kick the way of Angaston.
Not sure why we couldn't get an advantage there, but
Oh, okay, no.
probably cost us a
neither
goal.
Apparently the correct decision according to the experts on the sideline. Jordan Searle now taking the ball, kicking out into space.
And interestingly, I've got the free kicks 11-6 in favour of Angaston. But we won't say that too loud.
And we've got special comments from myself and the Gawler Central faithful today.
I think some comments more special than others.
This is a quiet week for them, to be honest. We've had some shockers.
Historically,
Umpires.
it's been an entertaining.
Well, I've
You
been
decide
reasonably
what
happy.
umpires.
Reasonably happy with the umpires this year,
As free
except
kick
when
is
they have
paid
had a bad one, they've had a
against
shocker.
Angus
Yeah,
Adams
they-
in the ruck there.
When it rains, it pours with
Yep,
some of these
yep.
umpires.
Ball delivered deep into Gawler Central's forward line. Miles unable to mark.
Out the back of the pack to Ryan, to Summerton, over to Shannon. Shannon's looking for, well, I thought Borheim, but they
Dangerous
put
kick.
it into a pack of 3 players and swooping for mark is Hayden Schleut.
He's been serviceable today.
Good low kick, finds Worst. Advances the
Got
ball
the
near
ruckman
to
on
half
the
forward.
mark. Short kick finds Beister. He'll wheel around onto his right and send
I
it
don't
right to
think
the goal
that's
square.
a fine for you, Michael. That was Dylan Pilkington.
I can't afford to pay fines. I'm
I
like
think
Nick
that's
Hooker.
a big. That'd have to be a big fine, wouldn't
I'll
it?
put it down as $5, I reckon.
You
Put it
tell-
on
Getting
Nick
a-
Hooker's
Someone
tab.
tell
Getting
Beister.
a ginger confused with a blonde-haired fella. It's, and he's
Oh,
back. Here
hand
he
it
is
back
again,
to
your
him.
mate Beister.
They're all close enough to Ginger. They know it.
And his kick
Bounces
bounced-
off the chest of
yeah,
Ryan Carnelli.
Got lucky there.
very lucky.
That saved him a fine.
8-11 plays 13-8 here at the Central's Oval. 2 teams playing for their season, a shortened season because of COVID. Now Stringer Handball sees it out to Worst. Worst left foot kick, long kick into the goal face. Angaston had first hands on the ball, but no one marked it. Pushed it to
Jacob
the ground.
Fiebiger with the spoil.
Fiebiger gets a handball out in the end. Ryan along the boundary line, I think it is.
That was Fiebiger again.
Fiebiger again, followed up his kick.
And Tony with a clearing kick.
Reinke in front held his space.
Back handball from Gawler Central. Chip forward.
Geordie Sells found his way
Skitchke
forward
again.
this quarter.
No, this is Jordan Searle looking
he
for his
must be-
dad.
Must be playing up forward.
It's not Father's Day. Didn't quite go to his dad.
Blame the sun for that one.
Yep.
The son or the son?
Bit of both. That's a bit of a Mercer pun.
I apologise.
Throw in right forward pocket for Gawler Centrals. Throw in. Gawler Central's not adding much to the scoreboard since half time. They need some goals now. Pushed out
Worst
Worst
gets the
again.
ball.
Goes backwards to Asher. Asher
Asher
couldn't mark
fumbles
it.
uncharacteristically. Nick Fallon trying to burst away there and fool the umpire, but the umpire having none of it.
I think they need to give themselves some room here, Gawler Centrals. Letting the ball get held up and clearance after clearance is in the favour of Angaston at the moment because the gap's not that wide. It can be caught. That ball didn't get tapped by any ruckman or get near it. It hit the ground clear.
Ruckman obviously got distracted by a shiny object somewhere.
Yep. I think it's another ball up. Time weaves away. Centre half forward for the Tigers. Borheim, kick out, but that hits traffic. That doesn't go any distance at all. Players on the ground. Now it's Ryan, just belts it out towards the boundary line. Wasn't deliberate, but was intentional, I think.
Adam Beister just waiting to come on. Had to come off to, as the sun's come out, reapply some sunscreen or find a long sleeve Guernsey.
Yeah,
Must have
get-
gone for the former, and he's back on for Asher.
And
Be a
changed
lot of
the
sunscreen.
And changed the number and have a haircut.
That's it. He's
All
gone-
happened.
He's gone back with the red wig for now. No longer looks like Pilkington.
More like Ronald McDonald.
It's Pilkington on cue.
Massive fine there, Michael.
Good luck getting any money out of me.
I know that. Tom Jackerman dribbles a kick out of the fence. Worst attack
Worst,
the ball with his,
absolutely
he wants to win.
electric.
Wins the ball, gets the kick into a danger area. Ryan at the back can mop up. Can he find a target, or can he look for the boundary line? And
That was
just
intentional.
Just bounces across in front of the Gawler Central
And the score
player.
currently on the Grant Birchwine scoreboard, Angaston 13 goal 8, leading Gawler Central 8 goal 11.
Scoreboard correct. Throw in again between the wing and the half forward for Gawler Centrals. Clubber inside of the ground. Good throw in. It's didn't make the ruckman though, punched away. This is Hood, has to turn backwards. Has he got a target middle? No,
Goes
so
over
top of
Borholm's
Borholm.
head.
Botten will do him for speed, but it comes out to Phelps.
Big don't argue
Gets the
from
ball
Phelps.
away to Sandy Coe. Sandy Coe kicks punched away. Now it's clear to Argent. Argent's got a runner going
Back to
past him
Tuckwell.
in the shape of Tuckwell. Up to Eberhard. Spills for Durden. Sockers it off the ground.
And kicks goal.
was
Two
easy.
Angaston forwards spoiled each other then. Luckily it came off for them.
Bit easy in the end though.
How
Jamie,
many is that
too
for
easy.
Durden for the
Too
day?
easy. Two blokes going for the same ball.
Yep.
Keith, how many for Durden today?
That's 4 for Jed Durden.
Needs another one to complete the bag.
He was put under pressure because the last time we played here, the full forward kicked 9 goals.
Our full forward,
No, our
your
full
full forward,
forward.
Eberhard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Had a good bit day out that day, Eberhard. I think we might have lost by 150 or something. Not that I'm
that was
want to remember it, but it was not a great day.
Clarkson off, Raisler on. Raisler goes to forward.
As
Fire
we see
Birch.
Borholm in the ruck again to finish the game off.
Here's Botten. He has impressed. He has impressed.
Yes, follows up his own work nicely. As Fallon gets a handball out, as does Jackerman. Somerton just waited, drew the opponent in, then got the ball away.
Well read
Riley
by
Argent crumbed that beautifully. Jake Hood with a back handball finds Jacob Fiebiger, a future leader of the club, playing his first full season of senior footy.
Here,
Yes,
played at Central Districts.
correct, but his first full season of BLG senior footy.
Third generation footballer, actually. Angaston chipped across half back, where Ben Antoni's got time to not even find Schmidt. Schmidt's got heaps of time to push it out to Kennelly. Kennelly goes back. Worst is
Closed
sure
down
he
by
doesn't
Worst.
play down. They'll go backwards here to Fallon. Fallon will go across to Antoni. Can the Tigers force a turnover here? Antoni's got Schmidt in the middle of the ground.
Looks for Fiebiger.
Well, Fiebiger, is it?
marks.
Oh, yes, it is.
Fiebiger now needs to make a decision. Goes down the line.
Low on wobbly. That was hard to control by anybody.
It's a lot like one of his father's kicks.
Okay.
Good below the knees from Big Botsy there, the big ruckman.
Good chip in from Gawler Central, but chipped off by Fiebiger.
And
Fiebiger goes
oh,
backwards.
hang
we
on.
go.
And
Adam-
there's a bad kick, and here's
Right place, right
the
time.
Ginger Ninja.
Knows his way around the goals, Adam.
Yes, and avoids the fine because he did kick the goal.
But yeah, the more times you handle the ball, the greater chance you've got of making an error. And probably over finessed a little bit there by Angaston.
Trying to run the clock a bit.
A bit early for that, I would have thought, but that moves Gawler Central's on to 9-11. Shouldn't it be?
Yes.
To Angaston 14-9,
Angaston 14-8.
14-8. I think they give him that goal as a point to Angaston.
And Jamie, Kyle Worst would have to go close to being best on ground for the Tigers today.
He's been pretty good, Kyle, defensively as well. He's had good moments, tackles, spoils.
Always gives
smothers.
everything.
Yeah, he's a good player. It's a bit different to see him out on a wing. I don't know how he'd feel about that. He likes to be around the ball.
You'd
hunting
think
it.
he'd be in the square, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
so that's a
usually-
fairly handy
but-
starting four there.
Yeah, he's a good midfielder, Kyle.
Yeah.
But Pilkington's been good, Molyneux's been good, and Stanley's a good player.
Yep.
So it's probably hard to crack in. Maybe changing it up. Usually the rest are half forward, but maybe on a wing for today.
Yeah, Botton been given good service.
Not a great kick
But that's
here by
not a good
Sandico.
kick.
Jaden Antony cuts that off.
Someone go behind.
Goes
Oh
long.
no.
Off the head.
Eberhard, will he get the
Eberhard
bounce?
Gets the Port Adelaide style bounce. And crumbed that beautifully off Mark Borholm.
Borholm's head, I reckon. So that would have been a fine in our case.
Yeah.
Definite Falcon material. And yes, it should be a fine.
I'm on the watch for Falcons for the Gawler Central players today. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any, don't think.
We're aware of it.
Is it true that you deliberately handball at your teammates' heads?
Yeah, 100%. On a wet night, I'm out there peppering them in. Catch them in front of the eyes, I say.
Now 15-8, are we?
Yes, that's correct.
Scoreboard
15-8,
doing their
playing
best.
9-goal 11 on the Grant Burgewine scoreboard.
It's Angus versus Botton.
Which has been a
Angus
great
Adams.
match-up all
Yeah.
day.
It's free, but Stanley can't control it. Gawler Central should go into attack here through Charlie Molyneux. His kick into the pocket, bounces off the hands, not taken by the Angaston player. Willie Searles there. He has a flying kick from the goal, but very acute angle.
Went full
that-
Brad Mercer.
And out of bounds on the full turn inboard. Instead of coming out this side. What's right footer?
Right-footed, yeah,
Yeah,
so he's
go.
turned onto the right.
Yeah. Ryan to bring the ball into play for Angaston.
Sometimes better than a point, though, kicking it out in the full
Yep.
down there. And you can
Yep.
get set up a bit and squeeze them in.
Tough ground for opposing teams to play quite often. That outer side can become a real trap.
And here we go, here on
Bad
cue.
kick.
Willie Searle back to the sun.
Back to
Geordie,
Jordan.
link up. And
Oh, he's missed.
Dad won't handball to him again.
No, that's it. Son won't kick to him.
Yeah, one
That-
chance,
Son
son.
won't.
That's
Son
the
won't
one
have-
birthday present.
Yeah.
Nine 12,
He's gone the top.
15-8. Well, that hasn't worked either.
No, strong mark taken out there on the half-back line.
Inboard.
To
Gawler
the
Central
youngster,
trying to
Blake
chip
Marsden.
off quite a lot. It's worked.
Here he is, young Blake. Gives a handball to Jake Billing.
Billings
Worst.
sneaking out of the back line.
Worst might have kicked the goal that Gawler Central's need.
Desperately needed. And Kyle Worth delivering for his team the way he always does.
Knows his way around the goals as well, Kyle. Like I said earlier, he was up there in the goal kicking this year. Not playing forward a lot, but he finds the goals. Doesn't miss many either from set shots.
And we've got some viewers commenting that Botton and Worst both very good for Gawler Central. So we could be on the mark with our opinions.
Is there feedback on this?
On the phone, yes.
Okay. Umpire Patterson to restart. Botton, Angus Adams, centre square. Pretty much similar as it's been all day for both teams. Botton got in front, but it went as Shannon. Shannon gets the clearance. Forced to sit and wait was Clarkson, punched away from him. Angaston possibly got the numbers of the ball over the head. Handball by Argent. Doesn't find its target now. It slips out the back to Molyneux. He runs across half forward, drives it across the centre square. Good searching kick. Oh, coming back was good defence by Angaston's. Who is that? That's
That
Jack
was
Miles.
Miles and
Completely off balance.
Ryan
in
Carnelli
that position.
kicks the ball to the outer wing. And Jake Hood driving the ball forward. And crumbed there by Eberhard, I believe. But
Intercept.
Gawler Central regain the footy and get some relief with a timely mark.
And it's Phelps out there.
That's Phelps.
Hasn't been prolific today, but is working hard.
Oh, he's kicked into the man of the mark.
The kicks are looking to get a bit tired at the moment, do you think? Or
I think those couple of weeks off with COVID might have interrupted the training routine of some of the players.
Yeah.
Maybe the legs aren't there.
Harry Clarkson with the mark and half forward.
Good
Spears
spoil
it,
there by
spears it
Sticks.
across the ball home and punched away. Gawler Central's able to bring it out of attack now. Sliding mark.
use them long arm sticks. Speaking of the weight room, he definitely is one that has not been in the weight room. So you've got to use them gadget arms to do something.
Has he got that allergy to iron?
Yeah, that's it.
Sandico's kick finds worst. Worst goes to pocket for Beister, but Ryan's there first. The ball fades away from the Beister lead, and Ryan in the back pocket. It looks like he's going across goal. He's got Phoebe as a target. He's got Antony as a target.
Jaden Antony who marks. And they're going to have to protect the footy now.
Hold it here as the rest of the teams go across the other side, whereas a bit empty. Good feint by Riley Argent to nearly pull the mark in, but throw in on
the outer side.
15-8 to 10-12. It's a 26 margin to the Panthers.
23 minutes played in the fourth quarter, so getting down to crunch time now.
Gawler Centrals really need some goals now, but it's Angaston with the clearance. Oh, coming out and attacking the ball with Sticks. Phelps. He plays on, kicks the ball down, the big pack flies. Hardly anyone stayed down. That's the advantage of the attackers. That ball handballed straight in the arms of an Angaston defender, however, and he's held up by Jason Sandico and was a bottom. Throw up. Backhanded by Adams to Shannon. Shannon out of the pack. Underneath the ball, punched away. Gawler Central's numbers pushing their way through, barging their way through, trying to get it forward any way they can. Pack descends on the player and we'll have a ball up at centre half forward again for Gawler Central's. Time drifting away for the Tigers. Season drifting away.
Yes, we're
Need
about
to get a hurry on.
tick over into 24 minutes gone in the fourth quarter.
Free kick and Gawler Central's.
Jay Shannon reluctantly hands the ball back.
Bottom, the man in question, but his kick only as far as Antony. He's
Marks
put
the
down
ball.
by Searle. Doesn't mind that. Won't mind the delay. Every second's in Angaston's favour at the moment. Jaden Antony been very good for the Panthers, Michael.
Yes, been solid. Took the mark of the day out on this near flank earlier in the first half. And he'll be telling his teammates about that for weeks to come, if not years.
You kick in defence. Phoebe with a handball out. Angaston clear up to the wing. Bottom in front should mark this and does.
Marks in front of Reinke, who probably needed to do a little bit more there. Probably needed to take the body.
Bottom big kick across half forward. Pack flies. Jackman up with a punch. Spills to ground. Soccer off the ground. That was a good play, but only as far as Sandico. Sandico turns, dodges out. A low torpedo pass finds Jaden Antony.
The ball
Don't see too many of them.
Keeps finding him.
Interesting option.
Perhaps one at a bit more elevation. Get it up.
Jay Shannon in the back pocket now, assessing his options.
Still steady to play. He's got Antony across the goal, which wants to go across. He's been called to play on. Searle
down the
comes in on
line.
him.
And Gawler Central crumb that well and drive the ball way back towards the goal square.
Antony drops.
Antony almost took another mark. That would have been 4 in about 2 minutes. Ball cleared out. Carnelli drops what he should have taken, but is good enough to recollect and receives the handball. Drives the ball towards Callan Loki, who's had a quiet day. Jake Hood running through the middle. His handball just misses Alex Reinke, who has forced to go and get it. His handball finds Borholm, whose quick kick finds Steve Summerton on half-forward flank. Summerton wheels, goes, and puts the ball right out in front of Ryder Eberhard, who will be having a shot from 35 metres out on a tight angle.
For the 6th goal. Taking his time, as you would.
As the clock ticks over to 26 and a half minutes gone in the fourth quarter.
Long into the ground for the Tigers. Eberhard moves in for goal number 6 for the day. Once again, close to the man on the mark and may have been forced to kick it up a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a technique issue.
Might be a torpedo coming up here, I reckon.
Sort of popped
That's
up
5
for the
goals,
day.
2 to Eberhard today.
Not a torp, something.
There's
Beautiful take on the bounce there by Ben Antony.
Oh, there you
And
go.
on
Drives the
lead.
ball forward, finds his good mate Eberhard once again.
Yep. Played a lot of footy together, these lads at Angaston as juniors, and then at Central
And
District.
Eberhard decides against having another shot and chips the ball to Jake Hood, who probably is out of range, would be kicking from just outside the 50.
Dead in front, but they're soaking up the seconds. Game closer. Earlier in the game, he would be looking at passing off. No issue kicking it to a pack. Well, he's got the...
Has
Well,
got the
Michael,
distance. I was
he heard you.
quite happy I'm wrong, and he's kicked a beautiful goal. Jake Hood
16th goal for
possibly
Angaston.
with the final nail in this game, as we are nearly 28 minutes into the final quarter, with Angaston with a commanding lead.
Can't be much more left now. 16-8 to 10-12.
We can see into the timekeeper's box, and they both look very calm.
They're both calm blokes. Back to the centre square. Pilkington, Molyneux, Boffin, Stanley.
That's years ago.
Yep, you did. Adams. Bond keeps winning the ruck all day.
And that's it,
the
game
final
over.
Score.
A real blow to Gawler Central's finals hopes, but a big boost for the Panthers. As final score from the Gawler Oval, Angaston 16 goal 9 to Gawler Central 10 goal 12 on the Grant Burge Wine scoreboard. That's us saying goodbye for the South Australian footballer from the BLG match of the day.